Okay, Quantum Show Part 2 Aliens. I'm feeling a little better now. I checked up on messages and why are things not working? Am I live? Yes. I'm on YouTube? Yes. I thought. Okay. Let me see. Welcome back to the I am definitely live. Let me see what's going on here. Okay. Sharing again. I'm still kind of out of it, and I will be okay. Got a little bit more to talk about. Hmm, come on. Okay. Part 2 posted to Facebook. Let's go to Twitter. I'm hoping people will come by, say hi, see the link up that I'm live. And not looking at messages yet. I've been gone all day. Okay. On Twitter. Twitter's posted. All right. Nobody's here yet. Nobody's back yet. First hour. It's a gamble. Every time you stop, it's a gamble if anybody shows back up. That's okay. That was first hour. Sour is already now. And let me see. Yep, nobody's here yet. Okay. First hour recap talked about aliens, final faction, and reality, the reality of space, what we're doing, where are they getting their information from? If they're getting information from anywhere, it just feels like they're getting information from somewhere. And I don't think it's somewhere like nuts and bolts. I think they're getting it through the quantum entanglement. Talked about Lou Elizondo. That was it's all this is from memory. Okay. We had Monty send an article in about people living on the moon within 10 years. That was good. We'll talk more about that. And then I ended the first hour because I was being super scatterbrained and I still am not sure what was going on there. But yes, what was that all about? That's my notification. No, I don't know. Okay, new subscriber alert just came in. Cool. All right. Yeah, that was a Cyberman. That's my alert tone. Okay. Now I'm kind of going to rely on the chat room now because I think I was just out of coffee. I'm still feeling a little bit weird. I don't know why, but I'm going to be brought in giants. Giants are a good topic. Okay, Sarah, you're back. Thank you for coming back. You're the only one here so far as I can tell. And let's see here. I have no links. That's okay. Don't need links. My heater kicked in, so I'm a little bit hot too. And it's like throwing me again off kilter, just like that lady in the parking lot. Somebody said, "You had a Karen experience." I'm like, "Yeah, I guess I did," because it was just like, "What are you doing? Go, 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 go. I'm going, you're going, we're going, go." Okay. Maria says, sometimes feel that when sci fi people write, some of it is channeling. And yeah, I agree. I totally agree because some of it is channeled. They don't know where it comes from. I have done my thing with Antarctica. I didn't know if it was coming from anywhere. I thought I was making everything up. That was cool. Turns out most of it is true or was true at one point. Really quickly, I'll go over the Antarctica thing. Years ago, I wrote a game campaign, or at least I thought I was. And I wrote down I needed a setting. And I was like, okay, well, it was called Earth and All Its People. And the main setting was Antarctica Spaceport, the Shangri La Spaceport. And you had all these different races down there, and they were all going for, they all had their own little thing going on, right? Tell me if any of this starts to sound familiar. The place was run by the Men in Black. I didn't know much about Antarctica at the time, only that it was weird. That was it. No information. It was run by the Men in Black, visited quite frequently by the Mara, which were the little grays. You had the Druids pagans, which were, they knew of it, but they were kind of like the way all of us are now. And were, well, we do something down there, but we don't really know what. That's kind of like all of us now. And you had it was D&D based, so everything D&D was down there. Um and it was under the ice, had some kind of shield thing above it, and you could fly into it and out of it. And I'm remembering, it's been so long, but years go by. I forget about Earth and all its people, right? And then I'm reading about the stuff about Antarctica, how they think it was an alien spaceport. And I'm like, really? And that ancient humans did it. I was like, really? And how little gray aliens would go down there. I'm like, you're joking. Wait. It was just so trippy at the time. I didn't know what the heck was going on. And whoa, dizzy. It's hot in here. It's hot in here. What's going on? But so yeah, that was my campaign. And it was fun because, you know, you had the main setting was Antarctica Spaceport. And it was called Shangri-La Spaceport, which I thought was like pretty cool at the time. I still like it, and I would love to play there again sometime at some point in time. Whatever happens, happens. Okay. Yeah, we got how many people here? Two people. All right, that's fine. I do remember that, Maria. Maria says, Einstein said intelligence may be limited, yet imagination is limitless, and from imagination brings creativity. Yes, yes, totally. And it seems like our creativity is our quantum link. Okay, the non human report. Nobody believes me. Everybody says, so you went to a Comic Con, now you saw aliens. Well, it, yeah, but also they were there um because I saw them. They were different, and it tickled that thing in the back of my head that said, look here, and all kinds of weird stuff. No, not all kinds, one kind, the alien kind, weird stuff. And oh man, the reactions I got telling anybody about this were priceless. And I want to tell it more because I want to see more people. Since then, no more sightings. I haven't had that alarm go off in the back of my head. I haven't had, and everybody's looking at me funny, but par for the course, whatever. But nobody's looking like that. Nobody triggers that alert sensor or whatever it is. Yeah. Seeing non humans is always an interesting experience. Oh boy. You don't, I didn't know what to think. And then it was like, whoa, mentally, I was like, whoa, what is going on? And I'm like thinking loudly. And then it's like, okay, chill. You got this. You know what is up. And then it's like, no one is going to believe me ever about this. So what now? Love knowing. That's what it boils down to. Love knowing that you have seen people that shouldn't exist. They're visitors. Enjoy the knowing of it. Just no one's going to believe you anyway. So just run with it. And hold on. Sorry about that. Making sure some stuff. Like that Comic Con that I did go to in Indianapolis. I went to Indianapolis. There was Fanboy Expo. Um, Mostly commercial event. I didn't go for the fanboy aspect of it. I went because my buddy wanted to go, and it was going to be one of his last times to be able to catch this particular person. And he doesn't believe me either, right? He was there. He doesn't believe me. He wasn't there with me. He was somewhere, and I was just off in the crowd talking to people, and two of them walked by. And then I saw one a little while later. They were all by themselves, not talking to anybody. It was pretty cool. And they triggered that thing in the back of my head. And I looked at them, and I saw some features that looked generated, not grown. I don't know how to. Okay. I don't know how to. It looked like there was a lot of people at this Comic Con. A lot of people were dressed up. These guys were not dressed up. They were dressed up as human. And they did a really good job. And anybody watching would be like, oh, they're not dressed up. Yeah, they were as humans. And they look good. Things to watch out for. There were two kinds, right? Two different looking humans. They all appear female, right? I think I said this in the update, but last week, but not a lot of people saw that because I got so late. Um, the things I saw that they were skinny, they were a little bit taller than me, which is not not huge, right? They're very skinny, high waisted, arms go down to nearly their knee, and they have like the facial structure of elves from Lord of the Rings, like larger here, going down to a chin. Not necessarily big eyes, but it could, I guess, be that way. That's one, right? Look for that body type. And then the other one, this was now, and also very skinny, okay? And they seem to walk a little differently than us. They had a different kind of gait, and that was the one. I've seen two of those. Saw two of them at one and then the other. The other kind, this person was different. They were about the same height as the buddy, right? Also looked like a female, big, big build, low waisted. The head was shaped round on top, round on bottom, flat like a pill, right? And that's all I got. Low waisted, not extremely low waisted, but lower waisted. Big arms, thick build, not fat, but just thickly built. No one wants to believe me, of course. You say you see aliens, and everybody thinks you're lying, you want attention, you're crazy, something's wrong with that person. Stay away. Fine, stay away. Get out of here. Go. Don't come to my radio show. Don't do it. Okay. Okay, reading. Yep. Nobody wants to be called weird. I also remember I'm down the way down this rabbit hole. I don't care. Let people think what they will. Don't care anymore. Aliens. And well, that was the quick recap of what happened 2 weeks ago. It was cool. The place was pretty cool. Um, it wasn't really my speed. I went because friend wanted to go, and he had a good time. He bought a bunch of stuff. I bought local stuff. There were three authors. I'll plug them again. I plugged them last week. I'll plug them again. Three authors. Got Frank J. Bennett. Frank J. Bennett. I will put them in the notes too. Olivia Berrier. I don't know how she says it. That's how I know to say it. And oh no, where's that third one? I got two from Olivia. Man. Frank Bennett, Olivia. Dang it. Okay. There's a third author. I had a business card, but I can't find it right now. Dang it. I plugged it on the last show. Have not read the books yet, but that's okay. I'm gonna get to them. Got a lot of books to read. My bookshelf is looking better and better, but she's gonna need time to read them. Yeah, they're over there. Oh, I picked up the book by Alex Calvo. I ordered it from Amazon and it got to me the other day too. He's the guy that is on TikTok talking about his family were monster hunters in the Middle Ages and up to now. And to watch his TikToks is okay. He's Muggle. He's a noob. Comes across like one. And he's telling these fantastical stories. And he says, I don't want I've never had anything to do with this stuff. I thought paladins, remember paladins? I thought paladins were something made up for D&D. I'm like, no. And he's got these books that are about 100 years old. Oh my God, The Clock. You go look up Alex Calvo is haunted on TikTok, or just generally now, because he's becoming quite famous. I'm seeing that name in a bunch of different places, and it's all related to him because his story is nuts and I love it. I even emailed him. I said, "Hey man, I hope you're not lying because this is the best damn story I've heard in years. And if you're lying, I will personally come down there and kick your ass." He's in Florida. He is not exactly a public person, but being on TikTok and YouTube and all that, he's not exactly private. Like this me show, not exactly private. So, okay, Joe. Yeah, authors visiting. Samantha. Hey. Okay, Samantha, you're listening on your drive home. Be careful. I don't need you to chat if you're driving. I get it. I understand. Thank you for coming and listening on the drive home. I listened to Goof on the way home tonight, and it was good. I liked it. Yet, some people have a problem with Rich Giordano. I do not. Rich is a friend of the show. I'm a friend of the show. Goof on. Know this. Disclaimer, proud of it. And okay. That was my non-human encounter. So, links. Let me get a link out. Where am I going? Joe, go to Facebook. It is going to be on Facebook. All right. Now it is Facebook Messenger, right? I just sent it. It is in your inbox right now. And if I see come on, it'll be okay. Oh, come on. Yeah. There are a lot of people who don't like Rich because I they say all this stuff, but I don't see it, right? I didn't watch the stupid movie on Rumble. I have no intention of it. And because I got all I need to know from Rich Giordano, not from anybody else. Okay. And if anyone watches any movie, I want there to be a movie about me. Dig some dirt up on me. Maybe you'll find something out that I need to know. Go ahead. Maybe I will be enlightened by your by a movie about me decrying me. So go ahead, bring it. I want to see it. I want to see it. And maybe you'll dig up something that I won't know. I doubt it, but stranger things have happened. Hell, I saw aliens. That's stranger. You making a movie about me? Shout out Amy of Alien Girl 111. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's something else I wanted to get. I think I just needed coffee. I'm feeling much better now. Um, ufology, the division in the community. This is crazy. It started a long time ago, but it was Lou Elizondo that put the nail in the down the middle of ufology and split everything in half, or the wedge. And then it was like love Lou, hate Lou, and then all these people over here love Lou, hate Lou. Why are we picking sides? What aliens? What side are they on? They got no side. What is the deal? Like, on the side of truth and truth at all costs, not BS. Uh, and what does it cost someone to watch, someone to get into it? And no, 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 just no. I'm okay, Joe. I don't know what to say. No internet connection on your end. I don't know. That's all I got. The only way I got to send you a link. And well, you know where I'm at. Is your internet down? Is your internet working? He'll come back to me. Okay. And like, yeah, there are some people out there that come here that don't like Rich Giordano. Your loss, people. Okay. Right. Well, okay, Joe. How can I be watching you here if there's no internet connection? Good question. Fix it. Fix it. Figure it out. You'll get this. Um, and well, that's just sad because the aliens are not looking at us going, well, these guys like us. These guys also like us, but they don't like each other. What else is new? And I saw a thing on JFK said that um, this is an alternate reality now that we had dodged. Somebody went back. And see, JFK was planning on going public with the alien file. I really don't know what that means. Nobody does. Apparently, it murdered American society. And um, it was deemed by someone in the future of that other timeline that the point was when Kennedy revealed the aliens connection and all of our dealings with them, that society fell apart, and they said, "Okay, he is the point. His life is the point. So he has got to go to save humanity." I know, sounds crazy. Aliens, right? Whenever you think something sounds crazy, think aliens. What's crazy? Um, and he was taken out to save society because it fell apart in the 60s, and it was his revealing what did it. Okay, grain of salt, right? If that's true or not, I don't know. I heard it as a theory, and just as good as any other theory, I guess. Um, so what would have happened? I think society would have crumbled because we're not ready. I hate to say it. I'm ready. You might be ready as an individual, but society not ready. Not ready. I hate to say it. I really do. I want us to be ready. I want a flying car. We're not ready. And kind of rambling. That's okay. It's kind of on topic. That's the quantum show. That's quantum reality. You never know where it's going to end up. Literally and quantumly. Quantumly. There we go. That's a good. That's a good one. Quantumly. I'm going to actually post that up. Quantumly. All right. Okay. But the aliens are not looking at us going, well, they like us for this reason. They like us for that reason. What side do we want? There are no sides. There's human, not human. Human, and them, and we're the ones in the box, so doesn't matter. All of Amy's mugs up to now are left-handed mugs. I'm using my right hand so you can't nobody can see the logo. Amy, I want a mug that says Quantum Show, kind of like yours, but I've got some ideas for a logo. And so we got that kind of us and them, meaning aliens and humans, humans and humans, about aliens good, aliens bad, aliens good, y'all. Aliens good, okay? And the threat Elizondo was talking about, and all these people in the mainstream was talking about, they we go sticking with the lions thing, right? We are always going to be a threat to the lions. Are we going to wipe them out? Do we have a reason to wipe them out? Um, no. When lions get nuclear bombs, we might have a reason, okay? But no. And it's just silly thinking of that we are threatened by we're threatened by everything. We get killed by germs. We're like frogs, okay? But we keep going. Okay, one good question was, if frogs were so fragile and they reflect everything in the environment, how do we still have frogs? That's a good question. Well, humans are just as fragile on a grander scale. How do we still have humans? Huh? See where I'm going with this? Everything is a threat to us. But it isn't, because no reason. We're not threatening. All right. I'm pretty sure I'm getting dislikes because of me being scatterbrained, but okay. Joe, another way to get to Facebook Messenger is just go to facebook.com and click on the little messenger thing in the top right, and you can see the link there too. I don't know what's going on with your computer and your network. How many dislikes have I gotten? I don't know. But yeah, not liking Rich Giordano. What point? What are you bored? Do you just need to belong to that group? Um, what? What? Explain it to me, please. Um, and being a kind of pseudo researcher that I am, I don't say I'm a researcher. I'm a hobbyist. I'm interested, right? Tell me why. Tell me why. Why not? Why? What's going on? Right? What did Rich do to you? Okay? Show me how Rich hurt you. He didn't. On this toy dog. How did Richie hurt you? He didn't. So possibly uh it it's personal and you're offended. Offended. Don't care, right? Nothing happens. You won't get leprosy. Just move along. Now, oh my gosh, here I go again, off the rails. And now, where was I? I get spun off topic so much, and I tend to stay gone. Anything from the chat? quantumly. Nope. Okay. I was talking about this earlier. I watched this smudging, right? Smudging. This is white sage, right? Don't be offended. And I've got some stuff to do, but smudging is a closed practice. What does that mean? Can someone please tell me what that means? It sounds like you don't know what that means. I'm sorry, not sorry, but it's a tool. It's a way, it's magic. It's dependent on intention. And okay, Joe is coming in. Um says devices not connected, Joe. So they will need to connect their mic cam before you can add them to the stream to me, and I can't add you yet. Now it says you're muted. I'll go ahead and add you to the stream. You're still muted. You see, you're on. I got sound. You're still muted. You see, you're on.
I'm not touching anything.
I don't know. Are you using headphones? Oh, okay, and he's gone. It still says that you're here, but device is not connected. Waiting. Shadow may be coming in a little while. I don't know how long he's going to be running his show for. And he emailed me, well, PM'd me an hour before first hour, and I missed it. I was driving. I was not here. And I replied to him during my break. Said, just got this. I see we went on at the same time, and we did. The first hour. Okay, it says you're still here, Joe, but your device is not connected. Reload. Just turn it off, turn it back on again. Rule number 1, try that. And what else do I got? Yeah, the close practice. Joe will have more insight on that particular topic. So I would like to hear the close practice on smudging. Like, talk to me here. So we'll hear something about that if he gets his device connected. So I'm still here. Everyone listening, you're watching The Quantum Show. Like and subscribe. Smash that like button. Smash it like glass. That is so corny. But corn is not quantum. Corn is totally quantum. It really is. Sorry for everyone listening. I started off rough, and okay, Joe appears to be here. Hello.
Interesting. I haven't touched anything.
What,
Just watch it
green
do it.
screen?
Oh, is it green?
It's yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Are you gonna do the background stuff?
Well, I would always discuss that before I ever did anything like that to you. Okay.
Oh no, I mean, I'm just in just generally. Are you gonna? Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm talking to some hams about some circuits I'm changing, things like that.
Okay. So, what do you think about smudging as a closed practice? Have you heard anything about this?
As a closed practice?
Yes. I will leave a link, but they say, what is a closed practice? A closed practice is a practice of using a tool or method a certain way and not to do it because the culture has asked. I'm like, how? Okay, well, it says the culture has asked, don't do it because it's racist. And I'm like, wait, what?
I've heard this discussion a long time ago. And the thing is, smudging is not singularly the American Indian practice. You can go to India itself.
Yeah.
I noticed a connection there, but they do smudging.
Mm-hmm.
There's was always been the practice of going in through the temple, swinging the incense. The Jews did it.
Right.
It
Catholics too.
right. It's a universal concept.
Right.
Doesn't belong, and we always borrow from other cultures. Every culture is borrowed from the culture before.
It's
So
like the
we stole
human
it.
way.
Yeah, we learn from each other. I have no
Yeah.
problem with it.
Okay. And I heard closed practice. I'm like, what is this noise? And I listened more and more, and I'm like, these people don't know what they're talking about.
Right.
And I don't want to start a fight with them because they get offended. And I'm like, oh my
Excuse
gosh.
me, since when is getting offended a wrong thing to happen? I mean, come on, what's going to happen if I offend your belief in Jehovah? Are you going to wake up with leprosy tomorrow?
You saw the
No.
same thing I did. You saw the
Oh,
same stand-up routine I did. Yeah,
okay. You saw a stand-up routine about this? Okay.
about being offended, and he used that. I said that too. Like, don't worry, you're not going to wake up with leprosy. And I'm like,
I think this is a pretty common thought of
yeah,
what's going to happen if I offend you? I'm sorry. It's a free society here. At least it used to be. Uh, you know, if I
yeah,
have to worry if I'm offending somebody, well, forget it. I've, I've done that every single day of my life.
same, almost same. But okay, I just wanted to know. I wanted to hear it from the sage because I'm not, and I
Where's
wanted
he at?
to because it was just when I heard that, I start thinking, what is that? And it's a bunch of 20 somethings saying this. And I'm like, wait a minute, closed practice. What what is this all about? And I listened and they said,
Who closed it?
yeah, that's what I want to know. And how do you talk to a culture? You send email? What
Well,
is
let's take the Seminole Indians, for example. You know, the football team at the Hatchet Chop. The Seminoles were asked about that, and they said, hey, it's proudly celebrating our culture and our way of being. We're all for it. Do the Hatchet Chop.
mm-hmm. And this what people are saying is cultural ap- appropriation. I just hear this stuff and I'm like, y'all, they're not it's what I mean, not just the smudging thing, but all of it. And I'm like, oh, I don't know if this is, I think this is an American white person thing because I haven't heard it from anywhere else. Cultural appropriation. Like, oh, we're not supposed to wear, what is it, kimonos, right? that it's cultural appropriation.
Can I wear a kilt then?
Apparently not.
My mother was a Pringle.
Okay. I guess you're going to have to prove it to the appropriation police.
Oh, that's going to be hard to do. My mother was born twice.
Okay.
I can prove that. Good to check the Michigan records for Rachel E. Pringle. She was born in 1915 and 1916.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
That's how screwed the records are in the past.
Okay.
My father was born in Norway and in Illinois. Well,
Love it.
that was the 1940s record that brought him in as Illinois, but before then he was from Norway.
Well,
hey,
I
did
would
you
like
see
to
my picture on Facebook? I hope it got up there. I sent it through my phone. We have, you heard about the earthquake down here, right?
No, what earthquake? Tell me.
We had a 5.1, just a few miles out of town. And
I did not know.
I got to see the ripples in my fish tank. That was about it. But ever since then, we have these luminous clouds, either that or the highly reflective clouds, going by from that direction, the opposite direction which the wind on the ground and apparently the clouds are traveling. Just little luminous clouds every once in a while. I don't know what they're doing, but they're going backwards from everything else.
Wow. Cool. I want to see that picture. Let me see it. I start Facebook and it just slows everything down.
Yeah,
so
well,
I will try it.
I had to take your message from my Chromebook, put it into Yahoo, transfer it over to this computer, and then read it from Yahoo, and it worked. Trying your message directly on this computer to link up here didn't work. I think Facebook doesn't like me.
Facebook is starting to not like anyone. Holy cow. Okay, well, Facebook's been really acting weird.
They removed from your profile, are removing from your profile December 1st, your interest in religion, what you're interested in, and your political affiliations.
Go ahead and post me up a link because I don't know what that. I want to read that.
Okay, let me get the other computer. That's what's nice about having one of these $59 Chromebooks.
Yeah, that's how I use my phone. Which one do you have? Because which Chromebook do you have?
The 11E Chromebook from Levino. It's called a ThinkPad. It's the cheapest thing they have out there besides doing it through Raspberry Pi. But you might want to think about that would work really well with your 3D printer. Let's see.
If I could, you know me in programming, I can't very well. Jeez, I'm on the wrong. You have two profiles over there. Hit the wrong one. I like Arduino.
Okay.
And because it just seems like you can stack them, you can link them, you can have it as a standalone or as a networked. Or
yeah, but a lot of people use an Arduino for what I would use a good old fashioned 555 timing chip.
Little bit of overkill, yeah.
Yeah, you're blinking a light using an Arduino. Why? The LED will blink itself if you buy the right one. Okay, Facebook.
Here we go. I'm looking. Because I hit the wrong. You've got two up there. I think I've got the right one.
Okay, Facebook eliminates. See if I can find a link here. Facebook will eliminate political and religious views from profiles. Okay, make use of, tell me best in Engadget.com. Let's see. My broadband, Facebook. Oh, cut sexuality too. Gizmodo, ResearchGate. Let me see if I can find one of these and just. Let me go to the Engadget one. Oh, here. Let's see if I can even. This is all backwards, isn't it?
No, not on my end. Okay,
Facebook
and that's Engadget?
Right.
All right, got it. Let me Google it and put up my own.
Let's see, go in the private chat.
I don't know if you saw the first hour, but I was out of it. I'm still
No, you were all over the place as usual.
Yeah, that's. I don't know. I had been driving. I hadn't had much coffee. Found it. Okay, got it. I think I got it.
Meta says it's making Facebook easier to navigate.
It isn't. Sure.
Okay, where do I put in the comment here?
All right, there is a link in the chat for anyone who wants to look at it. And I will be putting that in show notes also. All right. Okay. Well, last week's show was delayed several hours. I think you were here for part of it, right?
Yeah, I showed up after midnight.
Right. I can't having a hard time remembering anything right now. But I saw some non-humans. Everybody thinks I'm crazy. I'm like, I don't care. I really don't care.
You know, the popular ones around here are the ones you won't notice unless you notice their gait, because it looks like their knees are backwards.
I have yet to see that.
They sort of work like a bird with the knees bending forwards as they step out.
I noticed they were walking a little strangely, these ones that I saw, but I didn't see that. Maybe their shields were good. I've got to take 5 minutes. I'll be right back. So, article. You have an article? Talk about it. I'll be right back.
I don't have an article. Okay, well, we have had some really strange luminous or reflective clouds. I can't decide whether they are just reflecting the ground or not, but since we had the earthquake, there's been some luminous clouds. Two broke guys, social dista, dist. Social dist. Is that a version of socialist, or is it that they're dishing anybody who wants to be social? Hi. Okay. Well, got anything to say about that? Like my biggest news right now, of course, has been the clouds. I mean, I saw them to get out. You know, they seem to be okay until they hit the Franklin Mountains, and all of a sudden they dissipate. They disappear right there at the Franklin Mountains. So I have no idea what it is. I think it might have to do with plasma from the rocks moving in the ground. It might actually be causing a plasma discharge up in the sky.
Then. Sorry about that,
And
everybody.
that's what I'm thinking of. But you say that is happening in Brazil and France and Spain?
Hold on. Okay.
Or let me see. I don't know too many of active earthquakes in Spain, but France has a few. That's interesting. I'm thinking it's something to do with the earthquake myself, but you may have a different opinion about those clouds.
Oh.
And Maria was suggesting that Brazil, France, and Spain have had the same sort of clouds go over them. I would think you might see them in Japan if it's something to do with volcanism of any sort.
Well, they have whole flying cities in Japan, so maybe. Have you seen that? Have you heard about that?
I've heard about flying cities in their mythology, but I haven't heard anything locally recently.
People took pictures. I will get a link. It was a Goof On show, right?
Oh, by the way, I've reached my limit on Goof On.
What do you mean?
Facebook has told me I've reached my limit on receiving content from Goof On.
What?
Yep.
That I'm gonna have to tell Goof On about this. I'm like, how does that even work? I thought you meant like something tell else, not Facebook is limiting you.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
This
is a. I gotta write that down.
Either that or they figured out who I am and decided that they're going to stop me. I'm 70 years old. What does it matter what I do now?
I don't know what the heck is going on with Facebook. Facebook is limiting people's what? That makes no sense. Sounds like very Twittery to me. I'll have to let him know. Reached my limit with Goof On. What? I was like, what? And then you said it was a Facebook thing. I'm like, what? It makes no sense.
Let me try going back to Goof On here and see if I can't capture it. Greatest UFO network. Yeah. You are at the limit pending content in this group. Okay. Get a copy of that.
If you can, grab a screenshot and send it to me, and I will pass that along.
Okay. Shift Windows S. Come on. Today would be nice. Yeah, I'm going to try to grab a screenshot here. You might as well go on while I'm...
Shift Windows S?
Shift Windows S.
Do you not have a screenshot button on your keyboard?
I've always used Shift Windows S.
Okay. Okay. Because I mean, that was a trick question in college and like throughout, like how you take a screenshot. No one knew the program to do that. I'm like, okay, it's on the keyboard and it's typically above the insert button.
Oh,
But
yeah.
no
That
one
one
knew that.
does absolutely nothing on this keyboard.
Really? Ah,
Yep.
well, that's not
So let me
good.
see. Insert. Let's see. Control V. What's on your mind? It's making an assumption. There it is. Post. It'll take it a while, but it'll be posted in my Facebook page. All right.
Okay. Omanal is in the chat. Hello, Omanal. I hope everything is going okay.
Yeah, I use Snip. I use the Shift Windows S, which brings up my Snip.
Okay. I have an old computer. I guess you do too, huh? Mine doesn't have all that. I don't. Let me see what happens. I don't want to try it right now. If I try it, it'll probably kill the show, and I don't. I'm not. I don't want to do that.
Death to the show. Oh, hey, at least I got hair this time. The camera's been ripping out my facial hair last few nights.
Oh. Omanal is saying all's good. Is trying to get my son to talk, but he doesn't want to. He talks about his house being haunted. Well, let me tell you about my house being haunted. Tell him to listen. He doesn't have to talk. He can listen. I got 2 resident spirits here. I've got the matron. She's scary, but she's not mean. And I got a little kid that likes to play with my toys. I've got a ton of toys, and he's moved from his room to my room. So I can talk haunted house. Too easy.
My old trailer. My wife and I would be sitting there, and all of a sudden, through the house, and then all of a sudden, crash, and I'm going, "All right, Klutzy, pick it up." Then go to the ritual room, and nothing was out of place. But you'd swear that everything would have been thrown down.
I've had something like that happen here. One day I heard this giant crash, and what sounded like was a box of silverware. That just got a big box of silverware just dropped on the floor and it's clattering everywhere. I walk around, nothing. There's nothing on the floor anywhere. And nobody else heard it but me. I guess I was the only one meant to hear it.
My wife heard it too, and she didn't. I heard it go through, heard it come back again, heard it go back and crash. I said, when I said, "What are you doing, Klutzy?" My wife said, "Yeah, I did hear something." Sometimes those that are around us need a little clue that we are hearing something, and all of a sudden they realize they hear it.
Yeah. Yeah. Omanal is talking in the chat room. He says his son is 13 and talks about the dead animals that all died there. Hello, Connell. Connell's in the chat room. Is everybody showing up now?
Connell, what are you doing in the chat room?
He needs to come here. I need to give him the link. Let's see, okay. That's not it.
Yes, it is very good to be a witch.
Okay. Okay, Connell, here's the link coming at you in the chat room. And I'm going to be watching to see who comes in.
Okay, that was interesting.
And what happened?
I got a blank screen.
We're all still here. Everything's still here. But yeah, I can talk about ghosts all day long. So can Connell. Okay. Hey, Connell.
Hey, Connell.
How you doing? Everybody looks all professional. I look like a bum with a drink. Nice banana.
Okay.
Good source of potassium.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say two names that came to my attention earlier today, and I will know your guys' reactions if you don't mind.
Okay.
Dr. Pepper.
The first name is Dr. Robert Duncan, and the second name is William Binnies, Binny. The second one is a former person from the CIA with which what was it? Non touch. What was it? Non touch torture was an interesting where they use not radio waves, remote control waves to mess with people.
Okay. If it radiates through the air without a speaker, it's radio waves.
Right, radio. Yeah. There was a targeted person. Was the other term I was hearing. I don't know. I found myself on a weird YouTube channel earlier today, and they were talking about this stuff. How the governments will use it as ways to mess with people's minds, and where you think you're hearing a voice and it's really them, or because I was hearing where you guys were talking about voices, or it could cause you to have a heart attack and a bunch of other stuff.
I've heard of this.
Extremely low frequencies that are below your hearing level area. Spectrum is what I was looking for. Below your hearing spectrum will make you feel very, very at odds. And yes, you can put voice on it. People not necessarily hearing the voice, but they get the message, if you know what I mean.
Right.
But research has been back since the 40s.
Yeah.
The guy was talking was also saying it's slightly attached to Tesla's work.
The Tesla worked in all sorts of frequencies, and low frequencies wouldn't surprise me.
Mm-hmm.
Though he liked 220 hertz for some reason. 220 megahertz.
Okay. I don't know those guys' names, but I do know John Hutchison. Was he brought up?
No. Well, let me look at my notes.
You have notes?
Yeah, I was paying attention. Don't worry, it won't happen again.
Where did everybody go? Oh, there we are. Cut that out.
If it was brought up, it was a part I did not hear.
Okay. John Hutchison lives in Canada. He is not a scientist. He's a guy who has got a bunch of equipment, learned how to use it, and can use ultra low frequencies to basically alter reality. And if you were to watch him on YouTube or any place that is going to show his stuff, you will see things like metal saws. Shadow's here. I'm waiting for him to come in. I got the link out twice for him. You see metal saws turning into something that looks like noodles. Same thing with a hammer. Things flying up to the ceiling, and it's not recreatable. People who have labs and things have tried to do this, but it doesn't work for them. He uses a mixture of ultra low frequency and some other stuff. And if John takes better notes, everybody would be able to watch them, but He doesn't take very good notes. And his scientific method is not so straightforward. He records it with cameras, and that's about all. But he records it, and it's crazy looking. That's John Hutchison. I'll put it in the chat. He is in Canada. He has an ion cannon on his front porch, which is awesome. Big one. I mean, his whole front porch is ion cannon. Okay.
And there's lots of articles online about low frequency and human sensitivity to it, and also the characteristics of discomfort and long-term exposure.
Also, what is that?
The person who's listening to was saying that the military use it as a weapon. It was just like, somehow was it cops, like city police had it for a little bit, but they took away. It was kind of sonar weapons or sonic weapons. I don't know. It seemed like it was going a little bit off the rails, but there's still enough of it where it seemed like there might be something to it.
Well, there's definitely something to it.
There's something to it, and it's been improved. And if you look up the World Health Organization, they have articles on low frequency exposure. There's been specific ones about specific environments. Some environments with that naturally somehow have low frequency resonance are also some of the most active ghost sites you can find.
Was that mentioned?
No, but I think the guy was doing hard. Well, as much as French science is hard science, the guy was pushing more of the hard science than paranormal.
Okay, well, there's plenty of hard science on it. Plenty.
Yeah, and that's how paranormal will become hard science when they accept this could happen, what does happen, and then it becomes hard science.
Right.
Do you know anything about superheterodyne?
No, at least not. I don't think so.
Well, you use it all the time, but believe it or not, if you have an AM radio or even an FM radio, but mostly for AM, they take two signals, one like 455 kilohertz, and then they take the signal they get you catch off the air. They beat them two together, and you end up with a frequency in between, frequency below and a frequency above, add and subtract. And then you take that and you filter that, and you can get sound. But you can also do the same thing with this ultra low sound. You just take natural sound in the environment, let it beat against this ultra low sound, and all of a sudden you hear another sound, something that was added or subtracted from the sound, from the frequency you're listening to. It's a low frequency sound is a powerful stressor, and it has it has many effects on human health, emotional changes, annoyance, aggravation, distraction. Will interfere with your cognitive abilities, and it has some factors in developing of cardiovascular disorders, high blood pressure, and institutionally, they found out that it's very useful in installing new dentures.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I would like to know how that works, but not right now. I'll look it up soon about the dentures, because that's crazy. Well, where are we? It's all crazy. Okay, also, now I don't have a lot to say about it, but look up, talking about ultra low frequency, Museum of Tarot, where I got the Dicyanin goggles from. He has covered ULF, like it's ULF, ultra low frequencies, and he does pretty good. He has a lab somewhere here in town. I would love to show up at it and just go talk to the guy, but that's a little bit stalkery, and I'm not going to do that because, well, not cool. And he's already in a town full of weirdos, Nashville, and then he doesn't need one showing up at his place going, "Show me the books," and I'm like, not going to do that.
Well, do you know one way to listen to submarines?
Go ahead.
They broadcast over ultra low frequencies. So you take
Mhm.
a plain germanium diode, like a 1N34 alpha, and old crystal headset, and connect them together in series. Stick one wire to the ground and another wire to one of these fence posts, barbed wire fences that go all throughout Texas here. You pick up one long enough, you'll be able to listen to the submarines.
I will have to try that. I don't know what I'll hear around here.
Well, you're probably stuck on crystal radio frequencies, but that's all right. And we've lost Connell. He's
No,
he's
I'm just I'm listening.
He's here. He's
Anyway.
diligently taking notes for the next astronology class.
anyway. You've touched
Once in
upon
a while.
electronics, which is the reason why I'm blabbering here. Sorry about that.
Hey, cool. Blab on. That's awesome. I want you to look up. I want you to go look at John Hutchison's stuff too. It's
Believe it,
interesting. Yeah, he's been kind of quiet for a while now, but he's still up there. I don't know if he's out in bad health or what, but he's up there.
John Hutchison's obituary?
What?
That's the first thing that came up.
Do not.
There could be lots of them, okay? That's the first thing that came up on Google search.
Okay.
Wild scientist from Vancouver. Guns.
That's him.
Guns N' Roses, okay.
Okay. At least Wikipedia says he's not dead. Oh my god, that would suck.
No, there's
I see
bound to
now.
be more than,
Guns.
bound to be more than one John Hutchinson.
Wow, there's a one that plays on the Canada's rugby team.
Funny, they're all Canadian so far.
Well, they Canucks.
JohnHutchison.com.
No, I
He
got
is.
duns.connect.fi. Story of John.
Okay, wait. John Hudson, born October 1945, a Canadian inventor known for the Hudson effect ultra energy device. Was it that guy?
Yeah, inside
Yep.
the engine room telegraph.
Oh, wow, here's a Wikipedia.
I need to make one for me and everybody. And Quantum Show. Oh, wait. Okay. You had me scared there for a minute, Joe. Like, no, can't.
That's the first thing that popped up. Did he also write music? That's interesting.
When you Google your own name, you'll be like, what? Apparently,
I made a
helped-
mistake of before.
I Googled myself and I saw that I helped develop DOS, have Glass Studios, have is I'm in a band called the Nathan Allen Band, and I died in Florida 17 years ago or something.
I saw
Like,
you in that band, and you didn't look like you.
mm-mm.
Yeah, I didn't know you played the saxophone that well.
I certainly
he
do
plays
blow
sax.
at it.
I looked up, just dumb curiosity. I looked up my dad's name, and it came up with multiple different ones: a soccer player, a banker out in New York. But my favorite one was an adult actor from the 70s. It's like, well, that makes sense.
Now we know how you came to be.
All right. Apparently, some things don't get passed along. Anyways. So you guys were talking about Ghost before I came in and hijacked the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Omanal was talking about.
low frequency works with that too. As I
Yeah.
said, a lot of places that have naturally resonate in low frequency are also places we tend to see ghosts.
Yeah, mix that up with some high concentrations of quartz crystal in the local area, and a bunch of crazy stuff happens. You heard
So
about
here's
how
a-
that was mentioned, huh?
A little bit of bourbon.
No,
I
but
prefer
Tom,
whiskey.
same. But you were talking about you were taking notes. Was quartz crystal?
Yeah.
mentioned?
Well, that's
Ye-
interesting.
Yeah, actually, it was because
In
the
what regard?
refractory. Big words, me tired. But yes, it was brought up.
Refraction,
Refractral.
refraction. Okay.
It's something to do with it. Yeah, I was just skimming through YouTube and basically I came across this one. I'm like, this looks interesting, and I started watching it, and I'm like, that guy Nathan has a show tonight. I should hit the rewind button and start, taking notes.
Well, good. It's awesome. And thanks for bringing it to the show because it's a good topic.
I normally the guy who drives us off topic more than anything else.
What movie? What TV show? What action figure? Yeah, that's what I'm used to hearing. Not I heard about these crystals and low frequency and government. I'm like, oh right. Good
I
deal.
did see the action figures Venom that you had your Venom shorts.
Yeah. The Final Faction ones?
Yeah, I saw those. When I heard you said Venom, it kind of got my hopes up for something else. And you showed me, then you were showing the toys. I'm like, oh, okay. I was thinking it was going to be like Spider-Man Venom because I'm all
No.
about that little Uzi bastard.
That's cool, but no. That's too mainstream for me.
Oh, I get
Talking
it.
about ghosts, what has happened? Some of your audience may not know. What has happened with the ghost and the television set?
Oh, God, Lord.
Okay. I got him on the phone and I got my friend on the phone and I was talking to him. I was like, hey, he kept forgetting to relay this message, right? Okay. I offered services and he refused, declined on the TV. He's like he basically said, I don't know what I'm doing. These are not his words. His words were the witch, holy man, and not the right guy, or not the right man, wrong man. I'm doing my best to remember what he told me. Yeah, basically, no, didn't want me to do it. So I'm like, okay, no problem. Guess what I know how to do without I can do this. I can dispel things, and I'm going to dispel regret. and loneliness and selfishness. I'm going to I can dispel that stuff, and those just happen to be the ties that keep him there, because that's what put him there. It was loneliness, um, because he wanted his friend to stay with him. Selfishness, because he wanted his friend to stay with him. Right? And I
Yeah,
can dispel
I'm going to
all those
die,
things.
so I want you to come with me.
Or no, you're gonna die. I don't want you to die. It was, I love you, I miss you, I wish you were here. That was the mantra, basically. And along with have the ashes, that's basically good natured necromancy, right? It was accidental, but that's what
Those
kept
were
him there.
really weird words to put together.
I know.
Oh my
I know.
goodness, nature tech. It's like
Good natured necromancy. What?
that sounds like
But-
a Weird Al Yankovic song.
We should send it to him.
Then he could do your theme song for the show there, Nathan. That's a trade-off.
But yeah, that's what kept him there. And I don't need to do a funeral to do magic dispelling. And then he can walk away if he wants. Then it's up to him. I don't need permission to do that. I do require that I get permission to do anything. But beyond that, I'm going for it. I'm going to just dispel, and I'm going to do it kitchen witchery style. I'm taking some string, my pocket knife, and I'm going to be wearing one crystal and have another one in my pocket and a candle. Kitchen witchery. There will be no robes, no pointy hats, no wands, at least not ones that you put in your pocket. And you know what I'm talking about, Joe.
I'm
There-
letting that one go.
Yeah, right. So is that a wand in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? It's a ghost.
Actually, it's a flashlight. But thanks for playing.
Okay, yeah. You went there. This show is not for kids.
I said flashlight. I said
Did you
flashlight.
now?
Yeah.
Did you?
I might have had a Floyd slip.
But I'm going to go over there with kitchen witchery in hand and quantum entanglement. And he can do whatever he wants. He doesn't have to stay, but I will dispel all those things. That's what I can do. He doesn't want to. And then if he's not so tethered, dude, we can take care of his ashes later. Right now, he's in a bad way. He's basically being taunted every night. And well, I take that back. Not every night. He says some days it's really strong, some days it's really weak, but it's not every night. I'm like, okay. And he declined funeral services. No problem. I can just dispel everything in there and leave. Like, I love mixing science with this stuff. I told him, get a salt lamp and turn it on, and that could help. I mean, it'll help other things, but it might help. It may or may not help, but I can dispel all the normal stuff as long as permission for the area is given for me to do whatever. Not a funeral. It's not a funeral. It's dispelling magic and dispelling negativity. I can do that. Okay, sorry. That's the idea. That's the plan right now. Let's see. Did we lose everyone? Do we get any? Oh, we got 2. Okay. All this talk about magic. Everybody wants to say, what about them aliens? But sorry about that.
I'm boxing. I'm still boxing, so I'd be like 21, 22 at this era. And I'm just getting my ass handed to me left, right, and down center. The guy had me by Weight wise, probably about 5 pounds. He had longer arms. I mean, the math just was not on my side, right? And the match was only supposed to go up to 10 rounds, and we're on the ninth round, and I'm just getting dog poop knocked out of me, and I fall down. He clips me right in the chin, and I fall over. All of a sudden, clear as a bell, I hear my grandfather's voice start yelling at me. My grandpa has been, at this point, has been dead for almost 5 years, 6 years. Get up, kick his ass. Get up. My grandson does not lay down. Dot, dot, dot. Clears the bell like he was right in my ear. And I got up, and, well, I didn't win that match. But I went all 10 rounds. And when it comes to Ghost, I think familiar-wise, that's probably the closest one I ever had.
That's a great story. That's an excellent story.
Yeah.
It is.
It's
a good
weird.
story.
I don't, it's yeah. You're
Is it
muted
weird?
there.
Maybe we should have you fight Jennifer Hahn.
Man, I was joking around with one of my buddies about the concept of getting in fights anymore. I'm 39. I'm quite well out of shape, and I mean I could still probably hit somebody like a horse, but I really don't want to anymore. And I was like, somebody's like, I can kick your butt. I'm like, tell you what, I'll make you a deal. If I can't knock you on your butt on the second punch, you win on default. I quit.
Hey, I say I beat myself up, which is probably most likely true. Just let me swing at you enough times. I'll get me.
Yeah. If I hit you twice and you still don't fall over, you win.
Yeah, right.
The will might be wanting, but the flesh is unable.
Jennifer's what, 38, something like that. She just tried her last international fight last year.
Oh man, I never romantically got involved with a female boxer. I did with a female rugby player and a female hockey player, and back in my college days. And I used to joke around because I played rugby and I was in boxing. These are very, competitive sports. Women play rougher than guys do, especially when it comes to hockey. College hockey is not the what you see on TV with the fighting and everything, but there's some hard checking into some walls. So they got my respect.
Why not? Okay, can we get back to ghosties?
Ghosties. Ghosties. Do I know? Ghost in the TV. See, as soon as you said that, I think of the Poltergeist.
Yeah, this is nothing like Poltergeist. This is more like Ghost Whisperer.
Well, that's good then. I mean,
Like, the TV show. You remember that?
yeah. Oh, yes, with Jennifer. Yes.
Yeah. I thought it was an American Haunted Horror, whatever.
American Horror Story. Yeah.
American Horror Story. It's Ghost Whisperer. I try to relate it to people, and at first I thought it was something really crazy. It isn't. And it's staying that way so far until, and he's still annoyed and irate, but he isn't angry or like destructive, but he could be, and I'm trying to avoid that, trying to get beyond all of that. But he is like, it's got to be done this certain way, and he's relaying all this through the television search bar, right? It's got to be done this certain way, and I want it this way, not your way. I'm offering the best I can. Okay, it's got to be done that way. I'm like, dude, can you find a preacher? Like, get him drunk and do it. And he's like, no, I
Well,
can't find anybody like that. I'm like, you're in Tennessee. How can you not find a drunk preacher? They're all over the place. Just go to almost any church with a bottle of something and say, want to do a funeral?
I mean, yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
No, it's fine.
But that is the update for that. And well, yeah, go ahead. Ghosties. Show notes.
need more ghosties.
I don't know if it was so much of a ghost, but it was definitely an echo. A friend of the family's found out his wife was cheating on him, and he committed suicide. And went to the funeral, did all that. And like a couple days later, I was going up to my bedroom, and I swore I saw the outline of the guy. And I didn't see the face. I didn't see any clothing. It's like you see somebody's shadow on the ground, and that's what it was. And it was on a wall where there should have been no shadow, no nothing. It was just very much the layout of the guy. I slept downstairs for like the next month afterwards.
Why? Was he friendly to begin with?
He was friendly, but I don't. Yeah, man, I'm paranoid and superstitious. Ugh, I can't talk.
That too.
I'm like, yep, you can have my bedroom. I will go downstairs and sleep.
I have a shadow in the hallway story. Connell. Okay. I was living in Texas. I was sitting at my computer, much like I am now. Hallway's over here. Kid is sitting over here, has dog in lap. Hallway. I see movement. I look over. It's not a shadow. It's a black figure in my hallway. My hallway was kind of crowded at the time, and it was like ambling through, like moving around the stuff on the, and I was like, I don't hear anything. And this was years ago, and I posted it on Facebook as it happened. This was years and years ago. And well, nobody heard anything. Nobody saw anything except me. And I posted it. The first person to reply was Two Broke Guys. He goes, what are you talking? He was there years ago. And he was like, what are you seeing? I'm like, oh my God, I just saw something in the hallway. And he comes up. It was Nate. His name is Nate. And he was the first one to see it. Joe, do you remember me telling you about this?
Vaguely, yes.
Okay. And no one believes me. Dog didn't react. Kid didn't react. Nobody heard a thing. I'm the only one who saw it. I'm like, did you see that? Did you see anything? No. I'm like, Tilk, did you see something? And he just looked at me. Tilk was the dog. Tilk was my dog. And yeah, to this day, that was one of the sightings I've had. And
Tilk, who liked and hated me all at the same time.
He was a trip. He was a character. You should have seen him in Colorado. Anyway, but that was the one that I saw. The first one, the first full thing I saw. I had seen lots of little things before that, but nothing like this. This was a shadow. It wasn't a shadow. It was a figure walking down the hallway, like moving its way around the stuff in the hallway.
Yeah, you better watch where he stepped in that hallway too, or he was going to be under the trailer.
Right. Well, the trailer was haunted when we got there. The lady was haunted by apparently her ex-husband who passed away there, and he was banging on our doors at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. I can't remember. Every night, like clockwork, bam on the rickety door that we had. That place was crazy.
It still
And
is, and there's nobody
yeah,
there.
yeah.
In fact, your
And
Jeep is still out there if you want to go get it.
I wish.
We
But
could tow it
down the
with a
way,
Forerunner.
do what?
We could tow it with a Forerunner.
Well, I would say go get it. I'd say hook it up and take it with you. But down the way from there was another guy, and I have a little bit of regret on this one. He passed away in his trailer, and he was found like 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later. He
When the
was
flies
one of
were
the.
all over the trailer.
I don't remember that. I just remember. I don't remember. I don't remember that. But okay, I believe you. Um, I believe it might have been on his last day or next to his last day. He walked past uh, before before he passed away, and I was on my porch, and there was a dude sitting out of view from the street right here, and I was talking to him, and he walked past, and I deferred to this guy right in front of me, and I wish I hadn't, because it might have been his last day, and he just wanted to say hi, see what's going on, and this guy, I didn't want to even talk to this guy anymore. This is something that didn't work out, right? But he walked past, and I was like, oh man. I was just like, I got somebody here, and he was like, oh, he was like, had that look on his face where, why don't you want to talk to me? And I'm like, I got somebody here. And he's like, he just walked on. I think that might have been his last day. And I have a little bit of regret because of that, because I was talking to this jerk that was sitting on my porch when a good person was walking past, and I didn't get to say nothing. But that's that. Um, and apparently he's still there. He's been reported. Tools disappear. They clean the place up, and they keep trying to rent it. Last I heard, tools disappear. Noises all over. Unwelcome feelings. Nobody will want to work in there. This is old news, but it could be still current. And yeah,
What
that
what
is.
what does Samantha's Morris the cat?
When
What
I
is
was
her
8 or 9,
thing with?
was it? When I was 8 or 9, I saw a blue aura on. Wait, a blue aura of a lamb.
Oh, the lamb had died at our house once before. Okay.
Yes. Okay, Samantha. It sounds like was it a pet? Was it a pet of yours? Are you home? You're not driving, right? She was driving before listening to the show. We say like a lot. Was the lamb a pet? Because it sounds like didn't want to leave quite yet. Ah, I see. Okay.
Good.
Samantha's home now. Yeah.
Good.
I
You're
always worried
home.
about people driving and texting in a YouTube show, and it's not a very good idea. Okay. Well, I'm sorry the lamb didn't make it. But it's interesting that you saw a blue aura. Maybe a spirit. Hard to say.
Maybe just a recording.
Samantha
Man.
is a fellow fan of Goof On, and she has. And we all have experiences, right? But I'm Samantha. I would like to have you on the show at some point. Why not? Why not? It's Quantum. Quantum brought you here. So did Rich Giordano. But
It's kind of
you
funny
hear
talking about ghosts tonight. I've been watching the news, especially about what happened in Iowa, with those college kids. And I was talking to one of my buddies earlier today at work, and he was like, "You want to know how ghost stories happen? It happens with murders like that. Then maybe not the next people that lived in that place, but a couple years down the road, people are going to start hearing things. You know what I'm talking about?
I
A
do
couple of
not.
college kids got murdered, I think about a week ago in Idaho. Was it Moscow, Idaho, or something like that? And they don't know who did it. Somebody went in there with a knife and dot dot dot. I'm like, that's how hauntings start.
Possibly.
If you would send me put a link in the YouTube chat, I'll see it, or put a link somewhere if there's an article on it.
That sounded creepy.
That was a Cyberman.
Yeah. No.
Oh,
No.
update. TV Ghost.
Ow.
Okay. So if the dead person's name is Robert. So if Robert's afraid of me, he got over it. He said mine and names, said respect your parents, and I don't know how long I'll have them. Trippy. Just got a text. Robert is the person that died. He said mine and names. Respect your parents, and I don't know how long I'll have them. And yeah. I'm like, quantum entanglement at its finest, right there. We're talking about ghosts and get a text. Love it. Sorry. Breaking news has to be told at the moment. But Connell, if you can get a link to that
Doing
article,
it now.
an article.
Doing it now.
Okay. You put it in either.
I'm gonna do it in private. I'm gonna do it in private.
Okay. Got it.
I always wonder about places that places that have had horrible things done at. Like Jack the Ripper. Okay, you beat me to it there, Joe. The Jack the Ripper sites, especially the last one, or up in Chicago with H.H. Holmes.
Jack the Ripper sites. You mean the last one in Arizona?
Don't know about that one.
You know, they removed the London Bridge there, right?
Right.
And it was way back right after they moved it. There was an article about a murder that was committed there that looked exactly like Jack the Ripper's doing.
Well, there was a guy who thought H.H. Holmes was Jack the Ripper because he went to London for a short bit before then he came back to the States. I don't know, but like I said, places like that have to have some serious bad mojo attached to it, where there's got to be something lingering.
The London Bridge has about the worst mojo, other than it has some pretty bad mojo.
They tore down the murder mansion in Chicago, and now it's a site of a a post office. And every once in a while, I'd watch things about it. Even people that work there, every once in a while, say they hear something in the basement that they just like, nope, I'm good with my life, and they move on.
Oh, Samantha's in the chat again saying, my mom told me a story when I was a baby. She went to check on me and saw a woman ghost standing over my crib looking at me. I love it.
Goddess.
I love it.
Sounds like the goddess watching over one of her own.
So, I have had all kinds of little stories told to me, but they were just little stories. Experiences, however, been few and far between. Up until recently, then 4 behind my house, 2 in my house, church over here, looking at
Nah,
me from the windows. I'm like, okay. Standing on the side of the church, watching me as I walk past, and I see this dark figure on the way, not on the way back. Like, I'm just checking my mail. Just checking my mail. Samantha's saying,
Nashville's got something going on. I mean, even when I was living there, it's definitely an interesting place, especially that old place in Lebanon. Yeah, in Lebanon. That at one point, oh god, it's like a horse ranch now. But before at one point there was a bunch of Union soldiers. It was a not a hospital, but hospital. It was a hospital where a bunch of Union soldiers were being taken care of. Then the Confederate soldiers just came in and killed all of them. There's always a bunch of weird stories attached to this place.
I would need to
There's
look
also
that
a bunch of
up.
weird stories. There's also a bunch of weirds about uh, ghosts haunting the asylums and homes that good old great Ronald Reagan
The
closed.
White House?
A lot of people didn't want to leave there. No. Very good. Very good, Nathan. I like that one. No, Ronald Reagan closed a lot of the uh, homes for people with mental problems during his tenure in office.
Oh
And
no.
those places tend to remain haunted.
Hmm.
People didn't want to leave, and they were forced to leave. And the outcome when they went out into the public was not very good either. Uh, they largely became homeless and within a year or so passed away. So they went back to haunt old places. You hear about those
Oh yeah, the old
places all the
asylums.
Yeah, asylums.
Yeah, there
Oh
was
yeah.
a asylum in town over from where I live, Bartonville, where the entire town and the next town and the following town over all knew that place was haunted as hell, and it was like a rite of passage almost, being a young adult, to go into the basement and see how long you can last in the basement before you run out with pissing your pants.
Mm-hmm.
The place was creepy. I mean, even if it wasn't haunted, and it very well could be, Baron was when Baron was on your show. Me and him were talking about it. Same place that me and Baron were talking about. That place just has some serious bad mojo attached to it.
Sorry, it sounds like my telephone is crossing into the net here. I don't know how.
What do you mean?
It had an alarm set on it, and I could hear the beep 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 over here.
Oh. Okay. Didn't hear anything on these on my end.
Okay, good. I heard it through the headset.
Yeah, I had that earlier with Google. No, the other person couldn't hear, but I'm like, what? I was getting directions. Just like to have Google Maps running whenever I drive nowadays. Why not? It's fun. And
Yeah,
yeah,
especially when it takes you the wrong way.
Well, it's not
this
like
time
the
she didn't.
Google overlords not know where you're not. It's not like the Google overlords not knowing where you're at are, anyways. All right, the place is now called Legacy Farm. It's in Lebanon, Tennessee. It looks like they turned into a banquet hall because I'm seeing a bunch of wedding pictures there. But you know. But when I lived in when I used to live in Nashville, a lot of the haunted house places I heard was about this place.
Cool. I will have to look it up and maybe drive over there.
I mean, you can pretty well put into Google a search for almost any area and just put a sane asylum haunts and get a whole list of haunted places.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, Maria, I'm reading chat really quick. Yeah, I've heard that too. According to the FBI, there are 25 to 50 serial killers active in the USA right now.
Yeah.
I killed off a box of cereal this morning.
That was a Captain Crunch.
So I didn't say that, but because it's not a haunted thing, it had something to do with earlier. 5 minutes. Dang it.
He's gotten faster in his old age. So, any fairies bothering you there, Connell?
No, but if I could talk a brownie into coming and cleaning my apartment, that would be great. I got the graham crackers and the honey and the milk.
Well, okay, do you got some clothing for him?
You know what? My daughter's dolls are around here somewhere. We can work it out.
You figure that one
Um,
out.
You know, when it comes to the Fae, I don't know. I don't seem as connected over here in the States as I was over there.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of have and not have a pet raven that I hang out with some days that I made friends with, I should say. But other than that, I don't know. It's always kind of seemed fairly sterile over here when it comes to the Fae, at least for me.
I was walking through the forest one day. Anyway, with a coven, and they were climbing a hill, and I was already getting a little elderly at the time. Now I'm a lot elderly. Anyway, I needed a walking stick, and I went. I said it out loud. I need a walking stick. No sooner did I say that, and I heard a crack up above me. And I stepped back one step, which is a good thing, because a branch implanted itself into the ground in front of me and, landed right there. And I looked at it, and it was a perfect walking stick for me. I went,
Sorry about that.
Thank you, Faye.
Right. I don't know what it is, but like I said, I mean, I kind of been asking for it with the way I named my daughter, but for the most part, I don't go out and look for it though anymore either. I still follow some of the same things as I did as a kid. It's like I'm a home brewer, so every fall when I make my first batch of hard cider, I will take. That's a crazy amount of numbers. I will take the first batch and I'll go to my local orchard and I will pour the cider around the trees as an offering. So
we did that every circle. We gave them a little bit of everything we had, including the salt. And sure enough, you would thought outside the bookstore there would be a mess there, but within a day or so, it was all gone. Remember doing that, Nathan?
Oh yeah, I remember that very vividly.
Oh,
Good times.
Shadow coming in, or is this just in here for the comments?
He I'm not sure. He hasn't. I sent him. I thought I sent him the link. Let me get the link again. The link is in the chat somewhere.
Way up there.
Yeah, I'll get it again.
Probably an hour back. I found it at 10:19.
Okay.
But here in a few minutes, I'm going to have to say goodnight. I got to go to work tomorrow. From really October, I want to say 20th through April is just my busiest time of the. Oh no, Valentine's Day is my busiest time of the year.
You get to skin deer on
Oh,
Valentine's Day?
No, I'm a professional chef.
Oh, okay.
And with this week's Thanksgiving coming up, as much as I love to go down to Nashville and bum with Nathan, I actually have to work.
Oh, well, we wish you all the best and lots of blessings.
Thank you. The trick is not to mix up the turkey with the goose because it's two different things I'm doing. I hate turkey. I just don't like the taste of it.
I can't eat either one of them.
I'd rather do a nice beef roast or a duck. But I'm going to go ahead and bow out now. You guys have a lovely evening. If I did not talk to you guys before Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. And may both of you plates be full of really good food.
All right.
thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Take it easy, guys.
All right.
Talk to you later. Okay, he's
Okay.
see you later. It's just us, Joe. Okay.
That's terrible. I have to bring somebody else on so we can have.
Yeah, Shadow says he's coming in. He says he's coming
In 5 minutes. Yes.
Yeah. And okay.
Yeah, I got some questions for Shadow, but it all depends. It's all on the fact that they didn't keep very good records back in the 1910s, 1920s.
What records?
Well, like I told you earlier, my mother was born twice.
Mm-hmm.
In what is it, the Ward 6 of Detroit, which Wayne County. Wayne, Detroit, Michigan. And she shows up as being born in 1915 and then 1916.
Did she come through Ellis Island?
No, she was born in Detroit.
Well, says one record. What about the reference to the other one?
The other one, same place, which I always thought was interesting. She used to refer to her sister, her twin sister, as her older sister, which could have meant 5 minutes or something, But with the dual birth records, I'm going, there's something odd going on here. And the same with my father. And yes, my father came through Ellis Island. And yes, there's a record of him being born in Norway there. And there's also a record of course, it's not until the 1940s, during the 1940 census, that shows him born in Illinois. So unusual, but
Census record? Okay.
yes, 1940s.
That explains, that tells me a little bit that, see, the census takers up until about, I don't know what year, semi-modern now, have been very slanted in everything they report. And it could have been a mistake on the census takers' part.
Yeah, well, my father had lived in Chicago and started his driveway trucking company from there. But then he married my mother in Indiana. Don't ask me how that happened. And they ended up living near her parents in Detroit. So yes, Shadow is coming. We know that. He'll be here. Okay, good.
I'm still getting used to the controls on this thing now that I've got them.
You've got controls on the thing.
Yeah. Okay, I'm the show host and I have a bunch of buttons that I can do things like that. Show comments, and I can show video files, extra camera, share screen, slides, and share screen doesn't work very well for me for some reason. Okay, Shadow is asking for a link. It's coming to you on Facebook. If you can get to, wait a minute, you're on a tablet. I'll just send it here.
And there was a link back at 10:19. I remember that.
Okay. Link is there for you, Shadow. Let's see here. I got up early today. Had chores and stuff. And starting to get tired, but I'm nowhere near done. We are at 2 hours for part 2. 2 hours, 7 minutes so far. And counting.
Please don't count.
I won't count. It's counting. I got the robot counting.
Talking about robots.
Yeah.
What do you think if a robot ever verifies the sighting of a ghost?
I would like to see that happen. Because as far as I know, robots and androids don't have a quantum link. That's what they want. That's what they need us for. They need us for the quantum link that we have. Okay, Shadow's here. Let me bring him on. Oh,
sounds pretty much like what Wayne York used to say about the reason why the aliens need us.
Welcome to the Quantum Show, Shadow.
Sorry for the delay, guys. Hope you guys are having a great weekend.
That's an interesting hat you have on.
I'm not wearing a hat. That's my hair just pulled back.
This is Vent.
It's Vent.
Oh. Oh, right.
Yeah.
It's a UFO. It's a drone.
Drone. Drone. Oh my God! What does Rich say? Says it's a balloon. It's a drone. It's a trash. It's a balloon.
Usually is.
Yeah. But then there are those times when it's none of those things.
Yeah.
But Joe was just saying something about the aliens want us for, and I said we have a quantum link, and that's what aliens, that's what they need from us, the robots. And Joe said, that's what the aliens want. And that's what, go ahead, say that again, Joe.
Yeah, that's what Wayne York was telling us, is our ability to manipulate 0-point energy. In other words, what does Lin Ann Moon call it?
Well, as long as it's not what Phil Schneider said, I'll sleep easier.
Okay. Yeah, well,
I don't want to end up in a back to tank or several back to tanks.
Right? No, though,
No.
back to tanks would be awesome to have.
Yeah, but I don't want to end up in one.
No. But Joe, you brought up a name. Go ahead and tell us who he is from your perspective. I have my perspective, which is very limited. You knew the guy.
Warren York, you can find him all over the internet. You can find papers he's written in that. But when I first knew him, he was a warrant officer maintaining helicopters. And the next time I saw him, he was wearing a captain's uniform. And I don't know what happened in between time. But he approached me one time and said, I'd like to show you some videos. So I went and looked at the videos, and the first of the videos was the face on Mars and all the rest of that. And then he got to talking about his work in physics and using electron microscopes to see down to the very smallest levels possible. And I don't want to go into too much detail, but basically he was interested in me because of the work of magic. And he said,
Well,
you
real quick to interrupt. I think what we think is the smallest is not even close.
No, we keep going smaller every day. I mean, look at the CERN project there, and every time they turn around, they're splitting what they split the last time.
Right.
And it may turn out that we can go down to nothing but energy is going to be there, which is basically very, very much what some religions teach us, is that we are nothing but light. We don't exist.
I totally agree with that to an extent. I think it may take sort of an evolutionary step to get there, or to disassemble from what we are back to what we were. If that makes any sense?
Oh, yeah. But Warren York was
in the meantime, I like my shape. I'm good. I'm good having 2 arms and 2 legs.
Oh, you like that? All right.
For now, later on we'll see. I don't want to go full Darth Maul, but yeah.
All right. Don't want to become one with the universe, huh?
No, I don't want to have like 6 legs or anything like that. A ball of light, that's cool later on down the road, but for right now, I'm good being people.
But you are a ball of light.
You know what I mean, though. Yeah.
It's a complex matrix, though. But yeah, and then we go into matrix. Anyway, we just keep opening doors here.
That's the quantum. That's it.
I figured that's where you're going with that.
Oh, and now continue on about Warren, because I know there's a lot more.
What is it you're looking for? I don't
He
want to
was
go.
a time travel researcher.
Right.
He said so online. He was in a unit, and I have the patch saved. He took a picture. He saved the patch off of his jacket. He passed away a couple of years ago. I never got to talk to him personally. And the patch is cool. I want to reproduce it, but I can't find anybody to do it. because they say, "Oh, it's too fine a detail." I'm like, make it work. Oh my gosh, it's a 3-inch patch. But
Make it 4-inch.
exactly, they told me that it would need to be redesigned 3 times. 3 different people told me. I'm like, no, it was designed once. There, the design is done. Copy it. And I'm like, it's a real. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, go ahead.
Hey,
But
thanks
yeah.
for the vote of confidence, Maria.
Yeah, she's cheering
Where'd
you
she
on.
go?
She was.
Glad
She's
to
in
be
the
here.
chat room.
I
She's
had
like,
a
yes,
nice
yes,
long.
yes.
I had a nice long conversation with my son, which has been my quantum thing all this week. My connection to him. We were joking about it on my show earlier. You know, as a long-term dungeon master and gamer, I've had all these stories, and he's making up his own story right now. And there are so many elements, similarities between mine and his story that I've never told him about, but like specifics, you know what I mean? That he's just latched onto and like, oh, let me tell you about this. And I'm like, well, yeah, I already know because I did it. Not exactly the same, but you know, like 90% the same. So it's like, man, those racial memories are strong in that guy.
Right.
It's weird. But that was my weirdness for the week, in case I missed that segment of the show, which
I missed that segment. I forgot.
oh no worries then I don't feel bad.
Well, I gave you my weirdness of the week. After the earthquake, every once in a while now you see these. I don't know whether they're just highly reflective or they're actually have their own light within them.
Mhm.
You see these clouds, very small clouds, traveling across the sky in the opposite direction of all the other clouds. And the earthquake occurred about 200 miles away from El Paso. About the only thing I got to see of it was the water in the fish tanks flashing a little. So it really didn't affect us much here. But those clouds have been out there almost every night. You see 1 or 2 of them if you're out at about the right time. I guess I was out there working with my radio the other night and got a picture of one, and it was not as bright as the moon, and it was traveling in the opposite direction of the other clouds, and when it hit Mount Franklin, it dissipated. So yeah, we've got a mountain down the middle of our cities here, so it's part of the Rocky Mountain range. But as soon as a cloud hit there, it dissipated. So I have no idea what it is. And of course, jet stream, different levels of the clouds can be traveling different directions anyhow. But I just thought it was odd that these are slightly reflective or luminescent or whatever. And then I think you missed the weird thing about my parents there. My mother was born in 2 years. 1915 and 1916. 2 birth records.
That's a neat trick.
Yeah, that's let's see. The 6th Ward of Detroit. Now I forget what the 6th Ward is called. I said it earlier, but and she had a twin sister who didn't look like her, but my mother would always call her her older sister. But that could be simply that they were born 5 minutes apart. And her twin sister has the original 1915 date. So I presume they were both born in 1915. It's just bad record keeping back then. And my father Go ahead.
I would go with the Occam's razor first, and then see, if there's any other weirdness around it.
No, there is no other weirdness around it until you get to my father. My father shows up as coming through Ellis Island, and then he shows up being born in Illinois. But the Illinois date, the Illinois birth, was really just a matter of record keeping of the census, because it was the 1940 census. He shows up as being born in Illinois.
Cannot find that patch.
What is the patch again?
It's a time travel research unit patch.
Oh,
Did he also give you the Mars patch?
No. I would like to see that one. I need to find. Okay.
Off-world personnel
I heard
patch
about
for
it.
Mars. Okay.
hey, did you see this week's White Files?
I haven't seen hardly anything. No, I didn't see it.
What was it about?
The like 12 astronauts that were sent to that planet for 10 years, and it ended up being 13 years, and it was, you know, like the homeworld of the Greys.
I like it already, but no, I didn't see it. I've heard of
I don't know.
20 and Back. Is that what it is? No. Okay.
Yeah, it's the White Files. It's the most recent video.
Okay. I'll have to go look.
Because I can't remember the
I'm
name of the
still kind
planet. No. Continue with what you're looking for.
I mean, you see me, but I've got another window open. All kinds of York patches.
Well, why don't you type in what the patch says?
I don't remember exactly. I just know his name, and let me see here. Sorry, everybody watching, listening. This is what happens in the Quantum Show sometimes.
No, and by the way, I invited James to come join us. He helped me through a little thing yesterday. My tablet died out of nowhere, the one I'm talking to you on. It froze up, wouldn't do anything, and it was a big, long thing, and I thought I was going to have to, you know, because I just got a new tablet because the other one died. And I thought I was about to lose a lot of valuable information and possibly have to send my tablet to get repaired with people, you know, having the ability to potentially, you know, hack into stuff that I didn't want them hacking into. Not that I've got a lot, you know, stuff, but you never know. They could, you know, and it turned out that all it needed was for the battery to die and then repowered up, and it's working fine all, you know, for the last 6 hours. But it was weird because, I mean, it bricked. It was frozen on a video, and I couldn't use the power and the volume reset thing that they tell you to do. And I went to this place to try to get it fixed, and that place didn't exist, even though Samsung gave me the address and the internet gave me the address, and Samsung told me a bunch of horse shit that wasn't even remotely accurate. And I just got lucky, and it turned back on, and I'm pretty damn grateful. I mean, I went to the gun show today and spent a bunch of money, and, you know, so I didn't want to, you know, have to spend money on buying or repairing a tablet that's only 6 months old. So I just invited James, and he hasn't responded, but who knows? Maybe he'll show up. If he isn't,
I miss James. James, if you hear this, you're missed, brother. Come on.
Yeah, he's one of the nicest people I've ever met. and he invited me to a Discord, just phone call, just to chat, to kind of calm me down and get my mind off of crap, because he does that. That's the kind of guy he is. And my son's working on the logo.
Okay. Well, I found.
And James is supposed to be working on music for your show.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he's a pretty good musician.
Hopefully, I can figure out how to use it.
You can do what I do. Right at the beginning of the show, it's on another device, and I just play it. And Rick, a different guy, he's the one who wrote my song, and he's sending me a CD, so I can just put it in a CD player, just hit play, and boom. Until I figure out how to splice it together with a proper intro and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which supposedly isn't too hard, but I'm not very tech savvy these days.
Yeah, the interface on your tablet is way different than on like what I got.
Mm-hmm.
Can't find.
And I'm working on getting an actual laptop. That was one of the reasons why I didn't want to have to pay money toward a tablet when between now and the end of year, there's going to be a sale somewhere, or one of my friends is going to hook me up with a laptop, and then I can do a lot more. Like I can have these conversations and do a little bit of research at the same time, and show things on the screen. Because I mean, the only way I could do this any simpler would be just with a phone. Otherwise, I'm like one step up from a phone.
Mm-hmm. I found Warren. I can't find the patch. Let's see if I can.
We had
I'm going to try
several.
to bring in a picture. Yeah, but the one I have a picture somewhere. I need to find it. This is such a tiny picture. No, I want a better one. This looks like all there's going to be.
Yeah, there he is in his. Found him in his Air Force uniform.
Okay, Joe. The episode of the Y-Files was called "Mission to Planet Serpo."
All right, I'll take a look at it after the show here.
I was just wondering if you'd ever actually heard of this lore, because I've never heard of it either. But supposedly it's like in the UFO community, it's like like common knowledge, and I'm like,
it sounds like one of the. It sounds to me like one of the Twilight Zone episodes, actually.
Yeah, you know what? It kind of does. Speaking of Twilight Zone, I was. I want to get my son to watch it again with me. We started watching it for a while because we're watching a lot of black and white movies lately, and I wanted him to watch it because we just watched Invasion of the Body Snatchers and The Day the Earth Stood Still. I was going through it because on Netflix, season 4 is completely missing for whatever reason. I didn't know why. It's just not on Netflix. Season 1, 2, 3, and 5. And so I was going through every single episode on like Amazon or some shit, reading the synopsis of it, and I'm like anybody else, who grew up in the 70s and the 80s or whatever, you think you've seen every episode. And I shit you not, there were at least 30 or 40 episodes I didn't know what the hell they were talking about in the synopsis. I'm like, I don't remember that one. I don't remember that one. I mean, I was just like, there are a lot of episodes. I'm gonna have to get the box set. That's all there is to it. And it's amazing how many episodes are full on sci-fi, with other planets and stuff like that, as opposed to some of the more just weird psychological dramas, or mysticism or supernatural or things like that, the Grim Reaper and the talking dummy and stuff like that. So
I think I've seen one where I guess it was a documentary on it, and where it talked about how all those stories are linked.
really,
Yeah.
in order?
No.
Okay.
Taken out
That
order,
would
but-
make more sense.
And you found-
I can see a link, threading the needle. This one goes to this one. This one goes to that one, but
Right.
not in order. That would be
No.
actually pretty interesting to watch that in that kind of an order.
If I remember right,
This is
the very first one had something to do with a picture of a globe, and then every few episodes throughout there would be that globe in the background someplace. But it wasn't of Earth. Well, running out of Dr. Pepper.
Uh-oh. What are you looking at? My dog
Nathan
is just
Luke.
staring at me like my dog just woke up and started staring at me like I said something. What? You're a good boy, but you're weirding me out. Is there like a ghost behind me or something? You should see him. He's got the weirdest look on his face. If you can see his face through that.
That is probably what the dog is thinking about you.
See him?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I like that. He needs his bangs cut, though.
He needs everything cut, except his balls. Those are already cut. Well, no, it sucked because somebody insisted that it was done when he was like 10 years old.
Oh,
Yeah. It's like, what's the freaking point? He never got to use them. He's 10 years old. Now he's looking at me like, yeah, I remember that. That sucked. 4 weeks to hell for the whole family. Him walking around with the cone of shame and, not understanding what he did wrong. It's like,
why am I in so much pain?
mm-hmm. And why do I have this itch that I cannot scratch?
Are you tapping on the
Poor
table
guy.
there?
It sounds like
I
someone's
was, I'm
chopping
sorry.
onions. Sounded like someone was chopping onions.
that.
Mm-hmm.
That's me.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No. It's just funny because I'm anticipating a lot of cooking this week, and onions will be part of that.
Well, you need Collins. He was telling us about him being a professional chef.
Oh yeah. He's
Connell.
he is Yeah,
Collins, I'm sorry.
yeah. He was on my show earlier, and he beat me here. And my son had to tell me about his novel he's writing at 14, and as a good dad, I had to sit and listen and critique and nod and appreciate all the things that have somehow passed from my genes to his, without me ever telling him, about certain things. It's just like the kid is just so smart, guys. God.
My son just got around to asking me the other day. He said, "Dad, tell me about the times that you left the house with just in a civilian clothing, but you said you were doing a military job and you had a briefcase with you." I
Mhm.
can't go into those. just
Nope.
just assume I'm taking something somewhere for somebody.
Yeah, well, hopefully, someday you will be able to, or at least, give him a good answer that will, you know, leave him, better off, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, we've all got our, things we can't talk about. And,
yeah. It kind of destroyed my marriage there, but it was a job.
yeah, well, thank you for your service, both you guys.
Yeah.
It, trust me, I know, not from that line of work, but what I did, there are things you just can't talk about, and
Right.
it has nothing to do with the people who want to know. It's just, as a man, you get into a situation, an agreement, or whatever, and that's just the way it is. And to be honest, half the time, you're either protecting them, somebody else, or it really wouldn't do any good to know. They'd be
And
like,
for
"Oh, okay,
and 40 years have gone by, and the world hasn't ended because I knew about it.
right. Same here. There are things that I learned that the people I made promises to and signed non-disclosure agreements to, they don't exist anymore. They've been buried for 20 years or more. But I'm still not talking. Nobody
Hmm.
needs to know. Nobody cares, and all it would do is stir up crap when all these people have gone on and lived their lives or their children's lives, and it just there's some things I wish I could, and sometimes I allude to them because the where justice wasn't served. Um, so this is the guy you were talking about,
Yeah,
This
Colonel
is,
York there.
yeah, Warren
right?
York. And I found his obituary, but I didn't bring it up. It took me this long to make one freaking slide
Wow.
because I'm trying to do everything at once. I didn't know we were going to be talking about him. I would have made some stuff up.
Mhm.
Made some stuff. Made some stuff. Not made anything up.
Yeah. We know.
We-
Because I
We're
mean,
just
we can
gonna.
just tell stories all night long, making shit up. I just did 2 hours of that on the
Yeah.
other show. Um,
You see, this was another time I missed him because he went from warrant officer to captain, and here he is wearing as a colonel, you know. And I missed. I didn't know him during this period either, but I knew him later. So our paths crossed several times.
I wanted
what's
to
that in the
meet him.
background?
Uh the picture's blown up. It's a building.
No,
Let's
okay.
see here.
It kind of has a look of like an aircraft to it almost, but
No, it's him standing in front of a building. And honestly, I don't know. I can't tell.
okay.
And it's a
Because the way the
mural.
orange is at the bottom and the top,
It's a mural. It's a mural on the building.
Oh,
oh, okay.
have no idea where it was taken, but yeah, there you go. Okay.
Well, it's about a place that has red skies and red sand.
I can make a couple of guesses knowing what he was into.
Hmm.
The sand may be
Well,
red, but is it really white? Maybe.
well, it had a lot of iron in it.
Okay.
It's near the pyramids, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay, near a pyramid.
Let me bring it back up. I don't think so. No, White Sands as in White Sand Missile Range.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Mars.
Mm-mm. No, because he lived in El Paso for a long time that I knew of, and well, that's one of the secret research facilities out there. Is White Sands Missile Range, a testing ground. And
Not
he
so
said-
secret.
Mars would have sounded cooler, guys. Just saying.
Yeah, I don't think he. Well, he might be there. I don't know.
Yeah, you might have wanted to check the list of off-world personnel.
I'll do that right now. Warren was a cool somebody I never was able to meet. I heard all good things about him all the time.
Well, you know what they say: never meet your heroes.
Okay. I am reading. I talked to his daughter a week after he passed away. I was wanting to talk to him. He says, "I'm sorry. I was so let down." Okay, I don't know why I'm not pulling up anything.
Just your night, and when you don't expect to pull up something, all of a sudden it'll be there.
Yeah, it'll get in the way. Perfect. I'll try to remember to save it.
Well, I mean, to be honest, from the sound of it, I would think that you almost wouldn't want to be able to pull it up.
Yeah, he was totally like one of them above top secrets that I had nothing to do. Had no
Yeah, I mean, if you could find a patch from like that on the internet, that's not that top secret. Somebody opened their mouth.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
did. He did
Mhm.
that. He sent it to me personally on Facebook before the big overhaul of Facebook. I can't find nothing. But I got it somewhere. Damn. That is a rabbit hole topic. Oh my god, I would love to. This is what I know. This is what Joe knows. And this is what no one knows, right? It's like, oh man. Because I don't think you knew him professionally, right? I think you knew him
Yes, I
personally.
did.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I did. We ran into each other on occasion. Okay, I was more of a courier than anything else.
Yeah, with your
But,
aluminum and magnesium Jeep, right? That one?
No,
Can't talk about it?
That was the trailer body, and that was for you pulled the pin on the magnesium grenade and you threw it in and said goodbye to the trailer.
Or one tracer round.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did I
And
tell you
said
about that,
good-
Shadow?
Yeah.
One show? Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
I've tried to give some not top secret background filler information.
Mm-hmm.
I'll admit it. But I can't confirm nor deny any of it.
Well, wait a minute. Never mind. Never mind. Logic kills the joke, man.
Okay. Yeah, I can't find anything about the patch, about dude, I've got the redirects coming up. Everything about University of Illinois, Alvin York, which cool, but not Warren, and all kinds of other stuff. And Google is just not cooperating. Let me try this again.
Well, you know, a lot of it was probably scrub. Like a long time ago.
Yeah. Trying not Google. His LinkedIn profile is still up.
Yeah, you know, it's weird. A buddy of mine died a couple years ago, like 4 or 5, right? And like a year, like to the day after he died, I noticed he was on Facebook and Messenger,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, what the? You know, this is. I didn't know as much as I do now about how the interwebs work, and I'm like, dude, you know, I messaged how are you? You know, and it was his wife using his account.
Hmm.
And I'm like, what? Why would you do that? You know, and I'm just, you know, I can't imagine, you know, anybody, maybe my son using my account, you know, later on down the road, you know, many, many moons from now. But, you know, wives and girlfriends and things like that, they usually don't, you know, get into this sort of thing as much as guys do, or they're like totally into it, and you know what I mean. It's like the percentages are way off.
Yeah, that was not the LinkedIn I was looking for. Totally different person out of California. I'm out. I don't even care anymore.
I'm out.
Okay, anyway, sorry about that. I got
Tony, this
nothing.
show you wanna you know make us, you know, stare at your profile all night? That's fine.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I'm sorry.
And I got a great T-shirt today at the gun show. I'll show you later, but I can't find it. But I think
Okay.
you'll approve. I think you'll approve.
Have you seen this one?
No, I thought it was a freaking Venom shirt.
No, it's Whataburger.
Oh, because if you look at just the top part, if you pull it down, it's got that Venom look to it. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, because I thought I heard Connell talking about Venom. I'm like,
He
oh, 'cause
was.
he's wearing Venom.
Yeah, I was talking
Okay.
about Final Faction's Venom release, and he thought he thought I was talking about Spider-Man. I'm like, no, sorry, not too
Who's
mainstream.
Venom then? Venom's a new fig?
No, Venom is a new line of Karn. They are remolded and repainted and repackaged. Same figures, different paint jobs.
But is it like a different brand name? I know it's still, probably still Greenbrier. Oh, okay. So it's marketed as like it's a completely different thing. Oh no, it says Final Faction on it. Ooh, okay.
I found Warren York's 12 12 of his papers and 4 drafts under independent.academia.edu. York Yarn.
I'm such a bad presenter.
Don't even sweat that.
Wasn't ready for that either. Did you? Was I able to? Were you able to see it? Okay. I
Oh yeah,
couldn't see
yeah,
that. Okay.
yeah, yeah. There's a bit of glare on that, Joe.
The bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The screen was glaring. But that's okay. Mine was worse.
Let's see if moving the light has anything to do with it. Oh no. Yeah, still can't read it.
Yeah, no.
What does it say? What is it?
No, this is his papers. It's under independent.academia.edu / York. Dark Warren has all those one word. No, his papers for downloading. The Manual of the Pyramids, Ancient Time Engineering, Locating Dark Matter and Extracting Dark Matter. Quantum gravity and time is derived from a 4-pi geometry. How to see dark matter and dark energy. New model of the electron. Missing dark matter located. Symmetry.
Wow.
720. Wave function
dude.
of electron.
Deep.
Time frames. A, hyperframe. B, base frame. Drawn by version date scale sheet A and B side. Okay. Ghost
I had
in
a
the
handful of
machine.
them. I didn't know there were so many.
Ghost in the Machine, The Matrix and its hologram. Huatia. This must have been just before his death then. 08/12/2013.
Leave a link. Put a link in. You are able to.
Okay.
That sounds incredibly interesting.
I read this many, and it just blew my mind. Because I have a directory on my computer for Warren York.
Type it in from.
Because he impressed me so much. I can't find that either. Am I still here? Okay. Yeah, I had a pretty long day. It's been first hour was crazy. I was all over the place, just like Joe said. I'm like, oh my God.
And Joe's gone.
Is he? Crap. Oh, well. Damn. Just, I didn't kick him out.
He'll be back.
He hit the wrong button. Seems I do that a lot too. Damn it.
Yeah, I'm learning, but
same. Oh my gosh. What did I do with this? I have I'm gonna keep watching for Joe to come in. Gotta keep clicking back and forth. Tonight has been a little bit I don't even know how to describe it. I went high, low, and now it's like low. Never mind. I am not even gonna try. It's yeah. Sorry about that.
no, don't worry about it, man.
I'm just like, oh, what is going on?
Though, right?
What's up?
You had a good week, though, right?
Yeah, pretty good week. Got another coworker. She's been trained up. That's good. I want to say all the weird stuff happened, but it's becoming so commonplace again that it's hard to pick out what's weird and what's not weird.
Yeah. And sometimes
Joe's- Go ahead.
you're not going to have any weird at all.
Yeah. Okay. Joe is back.
Did you get the link?
Where did you send it?
Private
In
chat.
private chat. Okay. Yes. Most of it. I'll be able to get it now.
Yeah, if you could send it to me in Messenger later, that would be awesome.
I'll send it to you. Easy, easy,
What?
easy.
Where'd all our chatters go?
It's just us ever since oh crap. Oh, hold on. Yeah, there's only me, you, and Joe. And I believe Maria's still here. I'm not sure. Up and there's Joe.
And that's what I'm laughing at. And there's Joe. No, I'm glad you had a good week. We had a pretty good week, busy week. Getting ready for the holidays and trying to enjoy that with the family. All things considered, everything that's going on in the crazy world. Trying not to pay too much attention to the shit that they want me to pay attention to, and not even trying to pay attention to the stuff that I want to pay attention to when it comes to all that crazy bullshit, and just enjoy the things that I actually enjoy instead of feeling compelled to pay attention to shit that's just going to piss me off. Or
We have
sorting
Samantha.
Legos. That's what I'm talking about, Samantha. Doing the stuff you want to do, because a bad day sorting Legos is still a great day. Oh my God, I remember so many good times with my son and his Legos, and he hasn't touched them in years, and I miss that. And I know he does too, but he's a big boy now. He can't be caught playing with that stuff. I remember I went through the same sort of phase. Playing with my toys and my action figures and stuff, and then a certain age hit, and is like done. And now I'm in my 50s, and playing with little metal army men and stuff. So, and James L sent me some cool stuff.
The link
man.
that Joe put up does not work.
Doesn't work.
I couldn't get it to work. Nope. I got
So
error. Oops, it looks like you're in the wrong aisle.
is that
Academia.edu.
code for?
Is he here yet? No.
No, I don't see him.
Warren, let me just try this again. I don't know how to do it like Amy does it. Has all the music. Okay, I think I found him on a DuckDuckGo search. And it is okay.
Same guy.
Loading. It's him. Yep. Oh, you're gonna love it. Just the first load of the screen. It's like, what? I love it. Lots of PDFs. Yeah, same titles Joe was reading. Got it. I'm going to send you a link. I don't know why Joe's link didn't work. Let me see what it looks like over here.
Well, I can give you three reasons.
Go ahead.
CIA, FBI.
Yep. Okay. Working on sending you. Oh my god. All right. The link almost worked. Joe's link almost worked. I think it was his browser that put in some put in some junk data, took out some good data. Link sent.
Mhm.
And holy cow, man. Yeah, I remember a handful of these. Let's just go to the bottom and see what happens. Locating last article. When was this? Locating dark matter and extracting the dark energy. Oh, it looks so good. 29, 29 views. That's it. It doesn't even matter about view count. This stuff is above most people's head. That's probably, I'm looking at 77 views, 29 views. Quantum gravity and time, as derived from pi, has 154. But I don't think
Mhm.
that many people understand the language. New model of the electron. Okay. Missing dark matter located. You're going to love that page.
Yeah, that was one of the ones I'm like, wait, okay. One, something that's missing that we have never even touched yet, as far as we know.
Mm-hmm.
Something that we've never seen or touched that was missing is now found. Wait a minute. Does that imply somebody actually had some of that in their hot little possession? It was absconded with, and then they got it back. Now, wouldn't that be a hell of a story?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's fun how they said dark matter, because the way they detected it was the effect on things around it, which is like, that's gravity. That's gravity. That's how gravity works. I mean, you can see something. It's like you see the effect around it, and it's complicated. I wish I could.
To say the least.
Oh my god. But you know what I'm going to do? Something I can do. Oh, something else. Final Faction. I was talking about, they know something. I don't think they know something consciously. I think they know it creatively. Like I knew about my thing with Antarctica and the
Mhm.
spaceport and all that. I think they've
Yeah, and
got,
my son. Yeah.
yeah, I
I
think
think. Go ahead.
they know something, because there are too many coincidences between their sci-fi storyline and what is known in ufology. Like,
Dude, you know what you got to do? You know what you got to
hmm,
do? You got to get
yeah,
that comic book out and read it again.
which comic
Because
book?
my Final Faction.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I will.
My son, if you watched our review of the comic book, when we did it, he noticed all this political shit that was going on with the countries and stuff.
I've got to look at that again.
Because in the future the countries and names of places are all different now, or in their future, and I'm like,
Mhm.
I didn't even notice that. I just read it and went, oh, this is middle school level, science fiction. Okay, and he's like, well, what about this, Dad? What about that? I'm just like, I didn't even notice that shit.
I'm gonna have to definitely look at it again. You know what? I'm something I can't. Okay, I need like an alien that I can set to look at while I have to step away. I might come up with something, but I get the comic book is right over here, and we could go over it as the end of the show. Hold on.
Okay, is Joe coming back?
Dude, she ain't got pinch away. Alrighty then. Got new copy. Well, I've got several new copies. No headphones. I can't hear a thing. Hang on. And it's got oops. I don't know why they distributed these like a toy and not get it to a comic shop or bookstore. They would have, I mean, they were reaching Dollar Tree people, which is cool, but okay. How am I going to do this? I don't have a way to, all I can do is that. Let's see. All right, hold on. Okay, I'm here. Come on.
I'm here too. I just needed a snack.
Got you. Okay, first of all, let's take a moment to appreciate the artwork. It's very G.I. Joey, very old school, early Marvel. I love it. Right? The kind of artwork. And you got, let's see, I'll go over. You got, oh my God, I'm so brain farting right now. Steel. And this is ACRM. He is an RC robot, and he is being controlled by Boyd. Then you got Ruck. He is, well, we'll get into who he is. You got Shift, and you got Steadfast. And I believe this is Diabol. So those are the characters. And whoops. That is, he's food. What is
Churro?
Churro. That is true. Okay, yeah. He's a Chihuahua in a mech suit. I love that. All right. Looking through. I'm looking for the things that you say, okay, the year 2050. That's not very long from now, right? Here is first page. And you got the year 2050. I can't read it. I can't read it at all from here. And that's how Steadfast got hurt. They landed in 2050, so I don't know when this was. And a synthoid basically blasted him, and he survived, but it messed him up. Okay. The little, not exactly an origin story. I can't believe they canceled number 2. It sucks. I was really hoping that they would not do that. Yeah, they canceled the comic, dude.
With the bank they've been making?
They say lack of sales. And I'm like, why did you treat it like an item and not like a comic book? Get comic shops involved. I'm like, that's great, but damn. Yeah, they canceled number 2 comic. Now it's up to the fans to pirate it. And I told them that too. I said, we are going to take over your name if you don't do something about it. Dollar Tree. They're not doing anything about it. So I keep going.
Yeah.
Okay, they have beaming technology.
No, Dollar Tree is having a huge staffing and hiring issues.
Yeah.
The people they're hiring aren't doing shit. And the shit that they are doing is mostly shoplifting.
Yeah. I have been to a few Dollar Trees lately, and man, this comic is more brutal than I remember. And they are in a bad way. And the good people,
they can't find people to work. The people that they do find are overworked because the middle management won't tell upper management what's really the problems. You know, they're afraid of upper management. So stuff is just, you know, sitting on U-boats and you know, in the back area, and you know, they've got like one stalker per store, you know, 2 cashiers and a manager.
Joe's back.
When-
Hi there.
Hello.
Joe's
Sorry about
like,
that,
I never left. What are you talking about? I've been here the whole time.
No, my screen went blank. Just totally black. And I've been trying to get on, and like I went to Facebook, and Facebook told me I didn't have an internet connection, and I'm going, then how am I typing here? I don't know what's going on. It's been that way all evening.
Well, you know, I've been actually having some internet problems too. I had a problem with Discord. I had a problem with my tablet. I think we may see some more internet shenanigans between now and Christmas.
Well, my virus protection has been working overtime.
What, finding things or lying to you? Mine lies to me.
Yours lies to you.
Yeah. Because
Oh
I
yeah,
know
mine will
Go
tell
ahead.
me that something is a domain shouldn't be gone to because it has got viruses, and I'm going, no, it's simply a PDF I need to see. Not many viruses I know attach themselves to PDFs.
Depends on what the PDF is.
Okay, for those of y'all just joining us, we're talking about aliens and the relationship to toys, real life, government cover up, CIA. Now, if they're not watching now, I think they just don't even care.
They don't
Right.
care. They don't care.
They don't care. And I also touched on alternate reality where Kennedy was not assassinated and how it ruined the world society. And some time traveler was like, well, how do we get Earth back that we like? When did it all go wrong? Kennedy, and they killed him. That's the story. And they sent like Time Cop back, and he was the guy at
I thought Kennedy killed himself. Did you guys
Yeah.
see that episode of Red Dwarf?
No.
He shot himself from 3 different directions at once.
He had to go back in time and kill himself because if he kept on living, he would have got caught, you know, cheating on his wife and a whole bunch of other scandals that would have just turned him into a big fat douchebag. So he went back in time after becoming that douchebag and killed himself with the help of the Red Dwarf crew, because they convinced him that if he didn't kill himself, he would become a big fat douchebag.
Well, we
I
knew.
did not hear that one.
We knew he had relations with Marilyn Monroe.
Mm-hmm.
That was not a big secret.
No, but he would have just gotten even more, you know, douchier. If that's a word, but it isn't. I just
That's what
It's a word. It's a quantum show word, douchier. Hey, Rich Giordano's not the only one who can make words on his show and call it a Giordanoism. I got it too. Quantum showism.
Kyle's, you know, made up a few words too.
Yeah, we got technologist.
Astronaut.
Or what? Astronologist.
Yeah, technologist has existed, okay?
Yeah, astronology is his thing. And it's stuck because, well, quantum show.
And Donald, if I can't give my little brother shit, nobody can.
I made him a. He's got a. It's in a book cover and everything.
I know, dude. I wish I could have seen the look on his face when I sent him that screenshot, dude. I just wish I could have seen that, man. That would have been worth the price of admission. Let's just put it that way.
Hell yeah. I would have loved to. I would have loved to have seen it too. But okay.
Oh, so I wanted to say something. You were talking about creative people,
Mm-hmm.
and like with the comic book and things like that. I really think that there's something that ties to what you said and what Joe said about the 0 point energy and the creativity and the ability to think beyond certain limits. I think all of that is vastly connected, and I think that over the course of just a few short decades, maybe 100 or 2 years, if you think of people like H.G. Wells on up through Tesla, their abilities to imagine things like what they're famous for all tie into like this sort of funnel in reverse, where it's just sort of, it started out wide and it's getting narrower and narrower, to like almost create the Kwisatz Haderach from Dune, but in a species wide thing, not just one guy, but like a whole bunch of guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what is it? Life imitates art? Heck yeah.
Mhm.
And that is why this exists.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and don't ever change it for some Hollywood like glammed up version of that. Always stick with the pad,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
I thought about doing banners and paste on things. I'm like, you know what? No, the pad
Nope.
works. The
J-
pad works.
or go down to your Harbor Freight store and take a picture of the quantum tools they've got there.
I actually have to
Yeah.
go to Harbor Freight real soon here.
Let's see if I can get this in there. Oh, where is it? There it is.
Quantum flashlight.
Yep.
Shining all the light. They need my logo. I'm going to sue. Infringement.
Okay.
Yeah. Good luck with that, man.
Yeah.
I love you, man, but that's
I'm not-
your
it's not
thing,
gonna
man.
work.
No,
won't work.
no. I'm pretty sure they can prove they had the flashlights before you had the show. Just saying,
Oh,
I mean, unless
think
you
it's
got,
James
you
in the
got started
chat.
in-
I think it's
Who?
got a screwdriver with it.
James, dude, he's saying, "Hey, fella, sorry I missed you. Pretty worn out.
no
1
worries,
minute
man.
ago, man. Sorry, man. Well, if you'd come on, I would have stretched it out. But yeah, I'm getting pretty tired too. I woke up early, and I still got stuff to do. But that's okay, man. It
Yeah,
was not the
it-
greatest show tonight because I was so scatterbrained and all over the place.
And Saturday didn't show up for an hour and a half extra. I know. Blame it on me.
No. It was me. I was all over the place because I came in. I don't know. I think I was in a caffeine crash, and then
I don't
Oh,
know.
okay,
We
you know what?
stayed on topic more often than not this show.
We'll just blame it on Connell. Just blame it on Connell.
Yes, well,
astro.
No, he helped. he actually helped us stay on topic for a while.
Oh no,
He
no. I'm
brought
sure he
topics to the table. Holy
No,
crap!
I was
He's-
trying to listen. Yeah, he's trying, dude.
Yes, he is
there's
trying.
a lot of, there are, the other kind, both kind. Yeah, it's like I can't turn around without bumping into that guy. Because not only did he do his show before my show, then he did my show, and then he did your show. And I'll bet that if I checked, he probably did a show before that show.
Probably.
Yeah.
Damn.
No, I mean,
He was busy
Yeah,
today.
he had notes from that other show.
Yeah, and he brought stuff to the table. Like I said, stuff I hadn't talked about.
He was talking about sonic impairment.
Ultra low frequencies,
Mm.
mind control, message delivery.
yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's your progress in the book, man?
Not very good. I haven't had a chance to look at it.
I'm not writing
And
it yet. Oh.
Hey, Quantum Show. I've already got it. Been sitting on the shelf for 2 weeks. No, I'm just kidding.
I hear you. Yeah, I'm having a little troubles with it. Just because I'm like, I'm like, okay, just tell me how to do it. You know what I mean? Just that's what I want. Give me a cookbook, a recipe. Do this, meditate, do this, do that, do this, do that. But no,
No,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not that hard.
I know, but this book does not want to tell you that because then it would be like 8 pages. You know what I mean? It's a lot of other stuff. How we got to what we're about to tell you, and I'm like, don't care. I don't care. Just tell me how to do it, and if it works, it works. You know what I mean?
That's how I ended up on page 50 before I read any of it. Because I kept going, what am I? What? Okay, that's great. That's great. Great. Don't need it. Don't need it. Don't need it. Okay. Next book. The other book is not that bad. It gets right to it. And it says, first, here's what you do. Here's how we got to this. Not here's how we got to it. And here's more on how we got to it. And here's more, and here's more, and here's more. And I'm like, oh my God.
And here's how the ancients did it.
Yeah, just tell me, like you're telling me how to put together a freaking casserole or something, or a bookshelf, just
Called it
give me
recipe.
instructions.
We have the
I'll
tools.
I'll follow the steps. Trust me. That's all I
Right.
want is the steps, not this other stuff. If I like, if the steps work, then I will care about the other stuff. You know what I mean? And
Are you
okay,
any
I
good
lied.
at-
I won't care about.
Are you any good at self-hypnosis?
I'm good at hypnotizing other people, but self-hypnosis, I don't know about that.
It'd help you skip a lot of steps.
although
think-
I am getting better. I'm getting better at the lucid dreaming, though.
Excellent.
Yeah. I always thought that you can't do that, but I'm like, yeah, actually I can. The trick is lots of naps.
My
Sorry,
best
I'm
lucid
old.
dreaming happens when I'm not that tired and I go to bed. And then I can, like, if I get woke up in the middle of something, I can remember all of it. But
Oh yeah.
lately,
Oh yeah.
it's been like I can't remember anything. So
Oh really?
yeah, I'm convinced that something is happening. I just can't remember it.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to go back, and I'm trying to find somebody locally that will do that kind of work, but I can't find anybody that wants to do that kind of work. They all want to do medical work and shit, and I'm like, that's not that interesting to me. So
Yeah,
no.
the funny thing about it is though, I can wake up and remember all this cool stuff, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, and I try to analyze it, and see what the message was or whatever, and I'm like, nope, I was just looking at an alternate version of me in another dimension. What the hell?
What? I missed it. I was
That was-
looking.
That was so weird. That was so
What?
weird. That was just
I
so
missed it.
weird. Oh no. Because when it was close up, I couldn't tell who it was. It was just like, what the
Zodo.
heck? Yeah.
Are you missing a character, by the way, Nathan?
I got
found
my
this out-
Odo.
Yeah, I found this out in the yard.
Really?
That's a weird find. You know that?
That's a good find.
I mean, think about how old that is. I mean, a kid to still be playing with that, that's like, his uncles or something. You know what I mean? But yeah, the more I go into it, the more I'm convinced that, for me at least, a good huge portion of what I'm dreaming about is just alternate reality versions of myself doing shit that doesn't mean a hill of beans. But guess what? You're watching, episode 842 of the other Shadows life in this other, Earth 3 or something. It's just like this it's not like, there's some sort of subconscious meaning or any of that. It's just, guess what? You're gonna watch, what happened last Tuesday to yourself in this other dimension. And I'm like, it's weird, but there's no, symbolism or anything like that. It's just, ordinary stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and every once in a while I get something that's like, hey, wait a minute, that was like really kind of weird, and try to analyze it, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting kind of the gist of it, but I need a way to focus, like, before I go to sleep, like to focus on dreaming about a certain thing, or asking a
Right.
question, or all those things. And usually I'm just like kind of distracted, because like I listen to like I'll throw on a UFO video, or a Eric Von Daniken video, or something weird, just to entertain me, and then I forget that, hey, I had a goal here. Wasn't going to just go to sleep. I was going to try to do this or that, and a lot of times though, like if I take a nap during the day and I'm doing the same thing, whatever I'm watching or listening to, like, seeps into my freaking dreams, and I'm, it's affecting it. I'm like, why was I dreaming about Egypt? Oh yeah, because I was listening to a video about Egypt, and I'm like, okay, I gotta stop doing that. I gotta, like, turn the devices off, basically.
Sounds
Also
like a
because
plan.
I've heard that these devices that we use actually have negative effects on us, whether we're awake or asleep. They the blue blockers and all the other weird crap that's coming off these devices. Which I was thinking about it today. When I was worried about my tablet, I'm like, that little freaking device has got a lot of freaking power. Our smartphones, our tablets, even our home computers, there is a lot of power in there. I mean, just like that. If you guys remember Lethal Weapon, when was it Rene Russo was telling Mel Gibson, hands off my freaking computer, that is a powerful weapon. And that was back then. She was not freaking kidding. That was no joke. The it's a sideways weapon. It's not a straight at you weapon, but it's still a pretty powerful tool to alter the world around you. Miles away. The ability to Google Earth and look at things far away, and find out information that you wouldn't have known. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I chalk up a huge amount of my son's intellectual prowess to how early he had a tablet in his hand and used it for good, instead of just watching SpongeBob like so many kids. You know what I mean? Or whatever they're watching.
Mm-hmm.
How you go to the grocery store and you see a kid in the seat, and he's watching some cartoon, or he's playing a video game, and my son wasn't doing that. I'm sure he did that for a little while, but then he realized he could find the answer to anything he wanted, and it started with this silly song about the planets. His mom used to have him sing this song about the planets. It was one of those educational kind of videos, and then he realized as soon as he could start typing and spelling, he'd look up things and then start watching things that would lead him to more and more and more things about history and science, and politics and all the stuff that he just blows me away, makes me look like, an idiot sometimes. And I wouldn't have it any other way, but I chalk it up to that. It's the positive side of something that is kind of negative. All the crap that's out there that other kids that he can't even relate to sometimes anymore because they're so, as he calls them, degenerate. They only care about the one thing, and he's like, but there's all this other stuff. Oh, they don't care. They just want to,
Mhm. I
see
hear ya.
someone shaking their ass. And he's like, nah, I don't care about that. I want to learn this stuff or that stuff, whatever. And it's powerful, powerful stuff we got in our hands here.
Yeah, I mean, look at just Twitter, right? Just a recent example. Look at just Twitter. People are using Twitter to change the world because they can get to Twitter when they can't get to anything else up until recently, right? Liberia, that war was fought on social media, and they couldn't. They were blocking their communications, right? They had cell phone access, and that was it. That's all they needed. They made it work. They got on Facebook, and they were coordinating things off of Facebook Messenger, and it was like, whoa, this is for real. And they were doing that. That's what I can remember off the top of my head is Liberia. And that's way before anybody got involved with Ukraine and Russia, Elon, right? Way
About the
before
same
that
time-
happened.
About the same time, certain people were using Star Wars Battlefront.
What do you mean?
They were using the chat, the
oh,
live chat.
really?
Oh yeah.
I did not know.
Serious people in the United States government were using it. I think it was Star Wars Battlefront. It could have been Fortnite, which wouldn't surprise me either. Or no, it might have been Minecraft. It was Minecraft. That's right. They were using Minecraft, but they were using Star Wars lingo to
Cool. Oh, I
pass
did
along.
hear about this.
They were
did
using
hear.
Star Wars lingo, playing Minecraft, to pass along messages to one another while playing Minecraft, but using the Star Wars, political
The lingo.
lingo and I'm just like, freaking genius. I don't even know how anybody. I mean, I get how people could have, listened to it and went, hey, wait a minute, that sounds like so and so, but they're talking about this. I'm just like, wow, you guys are some autistic summer guns,
You mean autist?
Autist. Yeah. I know. Autist. But yeah. I'm just like, wow. There are some people out there paying attention. Not just Joe.
Just
Wow.
But yeah,
I remember hearing about that, but I didn't look too much into it because I guess I was off in my own little world.
Just look at a guy like Adam Schiff. Picture him playing Minecraft, talking to his colleagues, using Star Wars lingo.
Damn.
That'll creep you out. It's just like, and I bet he was wearing a Darth Vader helmet while he was doing it.
Makes perfect sense.
I don't think he was wearing a helmet. He should have worn a helmet.
His daddy should have wore a condom. Is what it really gets down to.
Maybe he needs to be wearing a helmet now. From what I've read of him,
I think he needs to be wearing a pair of bracelets.
like
But
them, those bracelets. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I was at the gun show and we bumped into my son's one of my son's best friends, who just happened to be there with his dad because the whole family was there shopping like crazy. And he's like, "Hey, did you see any handcuffs?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I did, but I don't think you're gonna want them. They're pink." And he's like, "I don't care." And I'm like, "Oh, you know what? That's actually a great idea because now you get to humiliate the son of a bitch that broke into your house with some pink handcuffs after you subdued him or what have you, for breaking into your place. Is like, yeah, well, you get to wear these pink handcuffs until, I take you out to the hogs or I call the cops. I'm not sure which choice I'm gonna make.
Yeah, or someone, or the police come and rescue you.
Oh yeah, that's why I said the hogs.
Yeah,
Because anybody breaks into my place, that's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna feed them to the hogs. Because there
I
won't
just
be
watched
nothing
a
like.
video. I just watched a video today from Mr. Ballin talking about do not mess with this lady, and it was about her being a serial killer. I'll leave it alone. Link.
Oh
after
yeah,
the
yeah,
show.
yeah. It was funny. Someone earlier said, there's like 25 to 50. I'm like, those are rookie numbers for this country.
Yeah, that was Maria earlier.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Maria, but those are rookie numbers. Sorry. When you
There's
know
a
how many
lot
people
more.
disappear, when you know how many people disappear every year, if it's only 50 people making 1 million people disappear, that they're working overtime 24/7 on amphetamine, and
I'm pretty
still they
sure
have
it's
that.
aliens. Aliens have a lot to do with it.
Yeah, I would prefer that than my other theory, but yeah, even then, either way, no matter how you look at it, it's like, if a million children disappear every year, it's between 1 and 2 million children disappear every year. That's like what, even though it's like a
Hey,
quarter of a percent of the
still a
population,
lot
that's
of people. A
it's
lot
too
of
many.
people.
Yeah, I mean, what could possibly be happening to them? I mean, you could literally stack that many people like cordwood, several stories high and several blocks long. It's
Yeah,
just like,
it's it. I watched Missing 411. I've watched everything he's put out so far, and it is mind blowing. I'm just like, how is this not in the news every day? I was talking about a lot of stuff that was blowing my mind, and it's just
probably because they already know what's happening to them.
Yeah,
because they're part of the problem. I mean, if you think about, I was talking to, I think it was Connell or another friend of ours, Bruce. Remember this thing called ransom?
You mean, is it something specific, or
Well, okay.
We're
ransom?
talking about the show.
No. Remember how people would get kidnapped and then they'd ransom them back?
Mm-hmm.
They don't do that anymore. Nobody does that anymore.
Well, Russia's trying it.
Well, because at least in this country, because the money that's being made on what they do with them and what they film them doing or having done to them is worth more than anybody could ever come up with in ransom.
Yeah.
I mean, you never hear
Boy.
about that. You used to hear about that all the time, especially in the 70s and 80s, how so-and-so, I haven't heard the word ransom in a good 15 years. Other than that Mel Gibson movie, you never hear it because that's not a thing anymore.
That's a good point.
Like, I mean, which could either go the alien hypothesis theory or the trafficking, and the other thing that people don't think about is, okay, here's the thing. There's X number of people, right? And there's only X number of people that would want to traffic people, as in the customers. But yet there seems to be a never-ending desire for the customers to have more imports. Okay? Why?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you would think, the average person, okay, I bought somebody, okay? right? Okay, I know this is a messed up way to think, but you bought somebody, you paid your X dollars, and you had someone smuggled into your house, and you get to do whatever the hell creepy shit you want to do. You think you'd be done? You know what I mean? Oh, I broke this one. I need another one. Is what's happening. Otherwise, there would be an end. It's like, okay, all these people got their order filled. Oh, but what? 6 months later, they need a new order filled because there's literally
I
no
get you.
end. Okay,
I
you would
understand.
think that there would be like, okay, we're good. This year's orders are filled. Maybe we won't have to do this for a couple of years because everybody's orders filled. No, because the orders will never stop being filled. Well, if there's millions of or even just hundreds of thousands of people being brought over here from wherever, when's it going to stop? I mean, at some point, you're like, this is too dangerous, honey. We got to stop buying people. You know what I mean? Or, sorry, we can't fill your order. But no, it's just nonstop. Okay, here's more. I mean, it's not like we're talking about.
And you hear more about the traffickers than you hear about the buyers.
You'll never hear about the buyers. I wonder why. Same thing that happened with the Epstein trials. Ghislaine Maxwell. Oh, okay, we got her. She's guilty. But, you don't get the list. Why?
Yeah.
Because the
I want to
people on
know.
the list. And why hasn't she, given out the list? It's like, okay, well, I'm going to sit here and rot in jail, but all my customers get off scot-free. You would think that she would just, find some way to smuggle out a partial list, a list of the top 10 customers, something like that. But no. And did you hear what happened with what's happening with the World Cup and FIFA? The people who own that also own the biggest hotel chain in the planet, Hilton, I think it is. They're all involved with Epstein, and they basically had to make this weird ass deal to where you won't find out what's going on until after the World Cup this year.
I
Do
did
you guys
not
ever
hear
watch?
about that.
Do you guys ever watch Wrist Flex?
I don't know that.
It's a girl. She's awesome. She's really young, but she does her damn research. She does mega research. I've been watching her for a couple years now, and she just clued me onto this story. But just like it sounds, Wrist Flex, check her out. I don't know who's helping her, who she's working with, because she can't be more than 29 years old, and she's all over all kinds of crap, but including the UFOs and David Icke and meditation and all kinds of other cool stuff. Scribble her name down and check her out and tell her I sent you guys over there. I mean, she don't know me from Adam, but what you never know. Maybe she pays attention to the actual comments. But yeah, like I said, this stuff would end if it was something normal. And by normal, I don't mean normal. I mean reasonably evil and insane, but it's beyond all of that. It's the only thing that my brain can handle without wanting to cry is that it's aliens. You know what I mean? Everything else.
Oh
is
yeah, green.
Soylent Green, yeah, that would work too. But that would then make me want to go find the Way Home. Yeah. No, Saul's Way Home. But yeah, I mean, because otherwise you're talking about I mean, it's just the numbers are so massive. They would fill, entire, Super Bowls full of missing people every year. And I mean, where could they possibly go? You know what I mean? When they're done, I guess. I mean, you're talking about the logistics are just insane. And, you know, if they're, you know, just being plucked up into UFOs and you know, taken to Serpo or something like that, you know, that would, you know, that would meet the numbers that we hear about without making you want to, you know, just curl up in a ball. I mean, even that would be horrific, but at least that would be a different level, a different kind of horrific.
This is a dark turn. I wasn't
Sorry, guys.
expecting it. It's okay. It's okay. It's relevant. That's it. That's how it works.
Unfortunately, that, you know, that was, you know, part of
Yeah,
what
that's
I
where
did.
it took. That's where we went, and that's where don't
Yeah.
like it.
So
but that's true.
yeah.
The boss is yelling at me, so she says
Okay.
I've been out here an hour later than I'm supposed to be.
Oh, don't get in trouble because of me, Joe.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
no. Just have
don't
a,
get in
have a
trouble.
nice,
Yeah, well, you guys
just
have a
have
good
a
night.
nice week and a wonderful holiday. Enjoy it with the people you care about. Give them a big hug, and you know, do whatever you can to make them safe.
If I do that, I'll be wearing a green orange jumpsuit. So
Oh, not that safe. I mean, you know what I mean. Just you know, tell them you love them and give them a big hug and
all right.
keep it respectful. Take care, Joe. Hope to
All right.
see you next week. Hopefully, you won't get stampeded in a Black Friday sale.
I'd have to go out for one to get stampeded in one. All right. We'll catch you later. Bye bye.
Take
See you
care,
later,
man.
Joe.
Sorry, I didn't mean to bum him out. Look,
Oh,
I
you
can't handle
didn't.
No, I know he's a tough guy. He's a tough guy. Yeah. So how about them Final Faction figures, man?
Okay. Yes. I am going to wrap up the show right now. So
Okay.
thanks, everybody.
Sorry, Samantha.
See you-
Sorry, Maria.
See you later,
I didn't
Samantha.
talk to
Thank
that
you
out.
for that was participating. That was participating. I just got to remember to look. You have a good night, rest of the night. And okay. Samantha, keep it quantum. Oh yeah. And I
And we will
will
talk again, James, if you're listening. We'll talk because I need to ask you some questions.
yes.
I don't
Okay.
know if he failed, but you know, maybe you'll come back and watch and just go, "Oh my God, Shadow! Oh my God, what the hell?" Sorry, that's you know.
Okay. All right. That is the Quantum Show for November 19th into the 20th. Y'all have a good night. Keep it quantum.
Take care, buddy.